Talk All Things Going Live. I appreciate you all being here. Thank you so much for supporting the live stream. I am here talking all things going live. So, welcome to the room. Appreciate you all being here. We're going to get started in just a few minutes as we prepare to go live. As you can hear, we are going live with confidence and ease, friends. I just want to do a sound check, and it is working, which is awesome. I want to make sure my sound is coming in. Sometimes it doesn't come in, you all, so I have to do that quick check. I think it's good in most cases when I make sure I have the mic connected. All right. So this microphone is a Mahono. It is wireless. It's a great mic. I actually don't have it in the shopping cart. I think it's sold out. So I got to wait until it's back again so I can tag it for you all. But that tells you, speaks volumes about the microphone. Really, really good microphone. So just make sure that you're checking out the shopping cart. I am a YouTube Partners affiliate, shop affiliate. So I'm happy to answer questions that you may have. Also offer memberships as well as the gifting options as part of the YouTube Partners program. And then I just unlock the opportunity to add ads to my content. And so I can set up different ads and work with different brands. So really excited about the future, really excited about the collaboration. I just have to work on making sure I understand all the process and make sure I can get things going. But I appreciate you all being here. Let me know if you guys have any questions in the meantime. It's funny, I'm doing this video. I just got into the program last week. This time it was on, actually, it was Tuesday of last week. Hey, pals, how are you, friend? So I'm really excited to see where I'm at in the journey, maybe 6 months from now, a year from now, so I can really tell you about all the different things that happened over the year. Hey, pals, how are you? My moderator, the Idea Barista, is in the house. Thank you so much for being here, friend. How's everything going? Hopefully, you are doing well on this Thursday afternoon. I had to think about it for a second. They were like, what day is it? So, appreciate you being here, friend. How is work treating you? How is life treating you? Hopefully, all is well, and you're not working too hard. Getting ready to end your day soon, I'm assuming. Hopefully, that is the case, friend. All right. Hopefully, everyone's doing well. I am going to get started. We're going to get over into the TikTok streets, still at work. I want to quit. Yikes. I know you've been saying that for some time now, and it is time. So hopefully you are putting it out in the universe and seeing what could be. Hopefully there's some opportunities that come your way. I'm excited for the future. All things. I'm excited for you for real because I do understand what it means to not want to, um, the day to day of stuff. You're like, ugh. Um, Hello, friends. Thank you so much. Hi, how are you, friends? Thank you so much for joining the live stream. Appreciate everybody being here. We are going to get started on these TikTok streets in just a few minutes. Hopefully, everybody is doing well. Thank you all for being here. Thank you so much. Welcome, welcome, my friend. If you are new to my live, go ahead and give the live a like, give it a thumbs up. You see the thumbs up, you'll see it down here. I think that's where it's at for you all. You'll also see where you can subscribe to the channel. So if you're really new to my live, go ahead and click that subscriber button. And if you haven't already, click that bell to get notifications on when I go live and post content. So I put that out there just so you guys understand the call to action as a viewer. I want you guys to engage, ask questions. This will become a playlist so you can go back and watch it. And so that's another way to engage. So hopefully you can go back and watch it and it's a helpful live stream for you all. I am about to go live on TikTok. So if you guys know, I do co-stream where I'm on TikTok. And again, I'm talking about the live streaming process from the eyes of TikTok with the thinking that um, you guys can ask questions here and engage. And like I said, it's going to be a playlist for you as well. So actually, I just searched real quick to see if there was any updates for TikTok, and it was. All right. Yesterday, I searched for updates for YouTube. I always check the apps, and it was an update for YouTube as well. So just know the apps do update pretty frequently. And so, like I said, I had an update for TikTok that was sitting in there. So now I am going to go live. Hopefully that update It's fine. Hey, friend, how are you? Thank you so much for saying hello. Appreciate it. Make sure you give me a thumbs up and you like the live if you haven't done so already. Appreciate it there. Oh, you said hello there. Hello. You said hi to yourself. And so, yeah, so there's an update, you guys. So I'll probably be announcing that when I go live as well. So I know, let people know there's an update out there. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate you all joining. And I am going to get started in just a few minutes. Want to make sure I am updating my screen correctly, and we are going to go live. Let's see. I want to make sure my screens are ready to go. Pals, thank you so much for your support. I appreciate it as well, friend. We're going to get going. TikTok live. TikTok live. Thank you. We are live on TikTok. Welcome to the live stream. We're talking about live streaming tips. Come in, ask questions. We're talking live streaming beginner tips. So feel free to come in, ask questions as a beginner. If you need guidance and tips on how to go live, come on in and ask questions, friends. I appreciate you all being here. We are talking all things going live. Feel free to ask questions about the live streaming process. Thank you so much for joining. We're talking all things going live. If you are new to my live, nervous, afraid, come on in, ask questions on how to go live. Appreciate you all being here. My tapper is not still tapping. Well, it's not. I think it's the live. I think TikTok is being extra. Let me update this app as well. We're gonna update both of them. Thank you all for coming in. If you are new to my live, come on in. I'm gonna share out my live. Welcome to the room, everybody. We are talking about live streaming tips. So come in. Feel free to come in and ask questions. Feel free to like the live, engage friends. We're talking all things live streaming. So come in. If you are new to my live, feel free to ask questions. How you doing, Smart Growth with Stacy? Hey, KT, welcome to the room, friend. Those who are coming in, we're going to start liking the live. We're going to like the live as much as possible. Hello, friend. How are you? Welcome to the room. Others coming in, I appreciate you all joining. Let me know if you have any questions. This is my 4 o'clock live. The Happy Flosser, thank you so much for being here as well. This is my 4 o'clock live where we talk about how to go live. And so if you have questions, I give live streaming tips for my beginners. So feel free to come in, ask questions, and then we'll see. I just updated my app. Still didn't work, but it's all good. Thank you so much, friends, for being here. We're going to like the live. If you are new, come on in, ask questions. I want to make sure you guys are liking the live. Feel free to engage as much as possible. Thank you so much for being here, everybody. This is the 4 o'clock live where we're going to talk all things going live. And we'll take this conversation anywhere we need to. I did give some thank you so much, level 5 in the room. Congratulations. Let's see. Oh, wait a minute. Where's my sound effects? Let's bring that down. Okay. Hmm. Okay, TikTok is gonna be glitchy. Let's see. I don't see. Hey, honestly, Carolyn, how are you, friend? Okay, that did not work. There we go. Sound effects didn't work for a second there. Hello, everybody coming into the room. I appreciate you guys. If you guys don't mind, we are liking a live. We're gonna do that warm up. We're at 300. So TikTok is definitely lagging. There is definitely something glitchy going on, friends. So we're gonna see how this goes. But I appreciate you all being here. Thank you so much for supporting the live. We're gonna get started. We'll see how long this live. If it's too glitchy, sometimes they tell you to start it over. That's a strategy to start the live over and don't endure the glitch for too long. And so I may start it over because it is. Friends, I am on both platforms at the same time. So I appreciate you being here, friends. My YT people are like, why you keep saying TikTok? They're like, this is YouTube. What are you talking about? Hello, friends. How are you? On the YouTubers. Appreciate you all being here. So let's do this. I don't normally start my live over. I normally don't, but I think this might be a good opportunity to test the waters and see if it is in fact glitching before we get too far down the road. It says that we have been going live for a total of 4 minutes. So I think we're going to start this over and see if the glitching clears up. I want to make sure we're being a little bit diligent with starting over if it's not working right. It was glitching. I just updated the app, so maybe that's part of where it needs to kind of resync itself. So I'm going to start it over. I will come right back. So you guys are welcome to come back. I appreciate you being here. If you have questions, any of my newbies, feel free to come back. But I'm going to start it over and I will be back in like 1 minute. All right. Thank you. Bye-bye. Let's see. So we're going to start TikTok over. You guys hear it talking. It is making a little noise. We have one person come in and give engagement. I am going to hard stop the lot, reboot the app and let it reboot. And so I appreciate you all being here. And I'm going to start this over again. We'll see if that was helpful as I look to update the app. Well, I just updated the app. So since I had just done that, so just know that that is a big one. You said, "I'm back." You're back too, friend. I'm back too. We're both back. We're trying to figure this thing out. My live felt like it was not on the right foot, so I figure I will start over. We're just gonna go live. I'm gonna start over the live, so we'll start over and see if it does well. TikTok Live, TikTok Live. We are live on TikTok. Welcome to the room. We're talking all things live streaming. Feel free to come in if you have questions about how to go live. We are talking about live streaming tips. Feel free to come in, ask questions, friends. We're talking about how to go live. So we're starting over. This is a take two. So we're going to see if it acts better this time around. So I appreciate you all coming in. Thank you so much for supporting the live. If you are new, come on in. We're going to talk about how to go live, friends. Thank you all who are coming in. I appreciate you all joining. If you are new to my live, come on in. We're talking about how to go live with confidence and ease. So as you come in, I'm giving beginner friendly tips for you to go live. So feel free to come back. Thank you so much, friends. Appreciate you all being here. Let me know if you have any questions. Feel free to come in, ask questions. Thank you so much for joining. We're starting this over. We're doing a take two because the live was it was acting a little um, different. So I figure, well, let's try to see if things are working. Let's see if my sound effects working. Sound effects still aren't working. Interesting. Hmm. Works there, but it didn't work. It doesn't work when I press the sound bar. That's different. Okay. So it is definitely glitchy. So we're gonna see how this goes. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this a solid hour. I'm gonna reboot my phone and we'll start over. We'll start another day tomorrow. Hey, Unwritten Unstoppable. I think you came into the room. Appreciate you being here. My sound effects aren't working. Elle, how are you doing, friend? Welcome to the live. I just started it over again just to make sure it was not me, but it is the app. It's the app. I did do an update just now. So just so that you know, I did do an update. And so I do realize that. So I did realize that. Thank you. Thank you, friends. Thank you all for being here. Appreciate that. So I did just do an update on the app. So there is an update out there for you all if you guys are curious. We'll talk about, some of the things that you want to pay attention to in your live stream. And so TikTok has updates all the time. I did do an update, so I want to say that too. So we'll see if we get the likes going. My it's not registering any of my likes from my little helper. So that was another sign that things were not acting correctly. And so if you guys don't mind supporting with the likes flowing, that would be greatly appreciated. Because your girl is flying blind. So it's not working for me. But we'll see. TikTok is known to be temperamental. Can you give us tips for brand new going live? Yes. What is it, Miss CB? Thank you so much, friend. And let me understand something. You have never gone live before. Is that what you're saying? This is going to be like your first time? Let me know if that's what you meant. So yeah, I give step-by-step beginner tips. In the beginning of your live stream, what you see here is that, yes, I did twice. Okay. Okay. Um, Okay, we'll talk about that. So, how long ago did you go live? When you say you did twice, like recently in the last couple of days, in the last week? Tell me more. Tell me more about your times that you went live and how long did you go live? Hey Diana, how are you, friend? Welcome to the room. Others coming in, spoke to myself for an hour the last 2 days. Okay, so you did it recently. Awesome. Awesome. That's good. I will say this. In the first three lives, TikTok does not push you out. Let's be clear, because they're trying to figure out what you're talking about, who you're talking to, but also they're trying to figure out if you're going to be consistent or not. So that's a big piece of it too. So you don't get pushed out in the beginning. You might have a few people float in, maybe a few people stop by your live, but for the most part, it's you kind of getting your message, getting accustomed. Those first three lives, I actually encourage people to play around with the features here. So, and as a live host, my bottom row looks a little different. It's mainly the same things you guys see, but it's a little slightly different. You see the wand, that's where the sound effects are and other features. You see up here, these are different features as well. I think you should click around, press, if you press the number of people in the room, there's a question mark in the right corner. There's question marks throughout all of this. And so people ask me all the time, oh, where's the side effects, sound effects? And I'm like, oh, that means that you didn't click around to find the sound effects or any of the effects. These are effects too. And so if you have those type of questions, then that means you need to start making sure that you look around to see what's here and start clicking around. All right. Um, Play around with the multi-guest panel boxes. There's a layout. The settings wheel is in the top right corner. Play around with that just to see the different features that are there. Again, read up on what's there. And um, so that's what I would tell you in the beginning. And so I tell a lot of my newbies, just work through the mechanics and then you can work on your messaging. And what you saw, I don't know if you were here in the very beginning. I started the live over, but recognizing that it seems a little glitchy. So we're going to see how this works today. But at the end of the day, I try to say the words that matter to my live stream, and then the AI will pick up what I'm sharing and it'll give me a summary. So the summary just popped up. It says sharing beginner tips for going live on TikTok. That's what I talk about. All right. And so recognizing it understands my live stream and what the focus is. And so you want to start practicing that. Maybe live number three, maybe live number four, you could start practicing that. But I would also tell you to rewind and make sure you learn some of the features and read through some of the things here. That would be my recommendation. That's for anybody. If you feel like you're still rather clueless about what's here, okay, now it's time for you to figure it out. I really enjoy listening to you. Thank you so much, Supergirl, for always. How you doing? The tired spoonie. Hello, friend. Hello, friend. Welcome to the room. Do I need to do a pop quiz today? Maybe I should do a pop quiz, y'all. Is it time to do a pop quiz? Let me know. Do we need to do a pop quiz? I'm open to it, and I can ask you guys different questions. Now, y'all probably won't answer them if y'all never been live before. I do that for people in the agency. We've done that as like a little activity. And so, just seeing, you said I didn't study. That's the whole point. It's pop quiz. Do you have a noise machine, or is it a part of the lives? It's part of the lot. See, I told y'all. Supergirl, you didn't hear me just telling our friend to go back to the basics. Yeah, so it's part of the live. It's a wand here. Although it's glitching today because it's not working. When I'm on, I have it. It's a little sound bar that will pin at the bottom. You can quickly tap it. However, I'm having to actually click the wand and hit the sound effects and then tap it for it to work. It's not working the way it normally would. So it's glitching. There's something definitely wrong with the live stream. TikTok filtered the comments. So if you wrote something after what our friend Supergirl wrote, or before it, I'm sorry, I don't see it. So TikTok did filter us out, filter out your comment. You said I'm just popped in. Sorry, no problem, no problem. So have you gone live before, Supergirl? Let me know. TikTok just gave us the flash goal also. It's the I love you so much. It's 14 of them. It's 14 of us. See, that tells me right now we're in this little glitchy phase, but we're gonna get through it, you all. So we'll see how this goes. Thank you so much. um, I've been having issues with pinning comments. Yeah, so it's definitely something glitchy. There was an update I just did on the app before coming live. I didn't turn my phone on and off. I did hard close the app, but I didn't turn my phone on and off. Sometimes they say to do that as another way to make sure whatever to make sure that it goes through. Um, the update that is, and just make sure your phone is operating correctly. So, I don't know. That's something I would recommend that you do. When I get off, I'll probably do it. I'm not gonna start over again. I've already started over once because I was like, I already peeped the glitchiness. So I was like, okay, TikTok, I see you. I see you acted up. And so the sound bar gave me the indicator that it wasn't working correctly. And so I would, yeah, I would definitely tell you, if you haven't gone live for so long, you can start over. And then if it still glitches, check for updates. I did check for updates. It was an update, but we'll see how this works. Hopefully it fixes itself. If you on a desktop, how do you do the daily heart me? As a viewer, you know what? Honestly, I don't know. I think that's one of the cons of being on a computer watching a live. I don't think you can give it. Correct me if I'm wrong, my friends who are on laptops or desktops. I think that is part of the issue. You cannot share that. I know it does have a few things that are not an option like it is on the phone, but I believe that is one of them. You said I couldn't find it on my laptop. You couldn't find it. Yeah. I don't think you can share it. I think it is part of the drawbacks of being on a phone. I mean, on a computer versus your phone. Hello, good people. How are you doing, Dee? Welcome back, friend. The host setup is different. It is different to do it as a live host, too. It's very different. And so, what I tell people, if you need to be on a computer laptop is fine. There's a few people in the agency that love it, but you have to be able to navigate some of the issues with it. It's very glitchy at time. We hit that 10K. Oh, my sound effects is not working. Darn it. And it's 10 minutes. So we did it. I think we did it in time. Thank you so much, friends. I appreciate you supporting in that way. Um, you got to make sure your computer or your laptop is able to support the stream. The RAM, the bandwidth of your device has to be able to stream effectively. So they tell you to close all those other apps and all those other browsers and stuff. And I'm the queen of keeping stuff open and being able to go back to it. So for that reason, it's not going to work for me. I don't like having to close everything down every time I try to use my laptop. And so I wouldn't want to use it on a regular basis. Hoppa, thank you so much. Is a Hoppa? Thank you so much for being here. Kay, how are you? Kay Dunn. Um, oh, I know I can send the other gift, but not the heart me. Thank you. Yeah, I think that's the issue. Grace with the vote. How are you, friend? Afternoon. Hope all is well in these TikTok streets. It is going well, Linda. Thank you so much. TikTok is being a little glitchy, though. We'll see how this goes. What's the best kind of computer? Oh, I don't know, friend. I don't know. I'm not a computer expert. I'm not gonna be able to use my sound effects, but I'm not a computer expert. Hello, teach me. Hello, how you doing? The lifestyle lead. Welcome to the room. Let me know where you're from, friend. Help you navigate through life's decision from home purchasing to decor or fantastic finds. Look there. I love that bio, friend. Let me know if you go live. Me neither, but if I go to AI, I need to change my ways. That's true. That's true. Fine, and you? I'm doing well. Thank you so much for asking. I was saying earlier, the live is acting a little funny. It's a little glitchy, so we're going to kind of work our way through this. We do have the flash go going on right now. I can't pin it again, but it is the I love you so much. They gave us 14. It's 44 people in the room. It's one per person. We've done six already, so we only need another eight. Get that done, get that accomplished. I would greatly appreciate that. That is one per person. Sorry, it popped out. Back in now. Thank you so much. It's easy to tap. Okay, tap and type and read comments. It is easier. It is, even from a live host perspective. There's some benefits to being on a laptop. Again, I'm more pro phone. Um, it wouldn't work for me to be on the computer. A little bit of a learning curve over there as well. So you gotta kind of learn where different things are and the orientation of how things operate over there. So it's definitely different. Do you run your TikTok off a computer or phone? I'm on the phone. Supergirl, I'm on the phone. Yep. Dr. Lisa, I saw you early in the morning. Wow, you are still here. You are such a go-getter. Friend, friend, let me give you sound effects. I got off and I came back. I go live twice a day. Oh, that was funny. I go live twice a day. I go live at 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. Eastern. I'm in Florida. And so you are seeing my second live of the day. That's what you're doing. So I did take some time off. I just didn't sit here for what was that? 6 hours straight. So, I'm back. Michigan, what do you recommend for first time live? Ooh, let me I said it a little while ago for another creator who asked that question. I'll recap. Give me 1 second. I wanna make sure we achieve this flash goal because it was a softball flash goal, so let's see if we can get it done. We have, 8, so that means we need 6 more. I'm gonna pin it. Let's see, I should be able to pin it now. You only could pin it every you only can pin it every 5 minutes, and so that gives you 3 pins. It's a 15-minute goal to achieve it. It's TikTok's goal, not mine. Hey, Trisha T, welcome to the room. So it is the flash goal. It is the I love you so much. If we can get 4 more, 2 more. Oh my gosh, are we gonna get it? 2 more to complete it. We got 59 people in the room. We should be able to get this. Let's see if we can get it done. That means 2 more people needs to share their love. 1 more. Okay, we got it. Yay, my sound effects is not working. Sound effects TikTok. Thank you so much, everybody. I appreciate us achieving that flash goal. Thank you so much, everybody. So that's the flash goal. It is a goal that TikTok sets. Let me be very clear about that. Dr. Lisa don't set it. Y'all don't set it. You cannot do it. You can dismiss it. I would encourage you not to, because I do think it is tied to how TikTok sees your room actively engaging. And this is kind of a test. And we passed the test, which is awesome. Okay. So you want to pass that test as much as you can, especially if you have a lot of people in a room. Like I said, that was kind of a softball. They gave it to us earlier, which it is what it is. That's good. They gave it to us before we had hit our tap goal. So I was like, oh, I see you, TikTok. So they gave it to us earlier. And then they also gave a smaller number. It was 14. We had over 50 people in a room at one point. And so just know that's one per person. So that's something that's achievable. Thank you all for supporting. I appreciate it though. That was awesome. You said, "No wonder." You say, "Okay, I took a break." Yes, keep working. I see you guys. Thank you so much, friends. Visited earlier. I got off from work and you came into my feed. Sign from God, is it? Appreciate you, friend. Thank you for supporting that flash goal. Thank you for supporting the live. Getting your daily heartbeat. Everybody, thank you for being here. Yay, we made it. We did. Hey, Trish the Dish, welcome to the room. May may I, as you get paid for TikTok for going live, selling products. Um, Y you're asking me personally, so yes and yes, kind of. I don't sell well, I mean, I'm affiliate for TikTok Shop, but I offer services, so that's what I do. I don't say products, I offer services. I do have some digital resources too, but, I am a creator network agency too, and so I do this almost as recruiting because I don't go out and scout. So I usually meet the people here. Thank you so much. Look at you, friend. You did the first task. I don't have the sound effects. Why is the sound effects not working correctly? Um, Thank you all for being here. So yes, so when you ask that question, I think you were asking that question more for yourself in terms of how you can go about coming on TikTok, earning from TikTok. What does that mean for you to be a live host or a content creator or an influencer or entrepreneur or a digital marketer, all the things. So you wear many hats when you come here. And so I think you were asking that question about, okay, what does it look like to monetize? All right. So your live stream can be monetized. This is actually one of the first ways to monetize on TikTok. And so it is a matter of building your community, being consistent, and as people are coming in, supporting your live stream, getting your daily heartbeat, engaging in your goals. The flash goal was a small goal that TikTok sets, but as a live host, you will have live goals. You will have your gift gallery. You'll have your super fan benefits. You will have you can pin products through TikTok Shop if you're an affiliate. You also can pin your Service Plus. So if you do have services such as your own I do consultations, coaching, and also use that for the agency if you want to connect with me that way. You can do that as well. All right. And so if you're a TikTok shop seller, you can also come live and promote your own personal products that way, your own business products. Um, and then if you have your products that are not on TikTok, here's the deal. You can be a business account and you can use TikTok's resources. I would caution you a little bit because TikTok is making sure you don't push people off the platform. So redirecting is a no-no. So you got to be careful about how you do things. So obviously if you have physical products, they want you to use TikTok Shop. All right. They want you to be a seller, have a shop that you open up with your products listed there. If you want to be someone who has services, they want you to use Service Plus. Again, that's their way of monitoring who's using Service Plus, who's pinning Service Plus, how people are communicating with you in a DM. Maybe you have a video course that you want to offer. TikTok gets a commission off that too. So they're looking at those ways for you to utilize the resources. Long gone are the days where you just come on here and it's kind of like the Wild Wild West and people can promote and service so, sell anything. They're trying to rein that in and regulate a little bit. And so you're seeing restrictions come out quite a bit for folks. And so they're really changing the way this platform's operating. Um, those in the agency, let me say this out loud to you guys so I can make sure I hold myself accountable. There is a webinar that's happening for creators in my agency. I'm going to post it on school so you guys can join it. The webinar is typically a meeting that they have for agency folks, and they're inviting our creators in the network to attend it to talk about the uptick in violations. I told you guys the other day there's been an uptick that we've seen. I noticed even in the agency side, we've seen restrictions and violations quite a bit. And so there's definitely an uptick. And so they want to now meet and just kind of, I guess, communicate where that's stemming from and helping people understand how to engage on on the platform correctly. Okay. And this new way of how TikTok is operating. So I'm gonna send that to you guys on school. Anybody in the agency, drop me some hearts. If you're in the agency, drop me some hearts so I know who's here. I'm you said I am so out the loop. How are you? You're fine. You're not that old. You good. You good. You caught up. You being in this meeting, you caught up. Hey, Carolyn, thank you so much. The visionary. Where's the link, please? The link to what, friend? You're saying the link to what? You don't have a bio. Let me know what you meant by that, visionary. Thank you so much. Curate Mom, let's chat. I want to make sure you are engaging properly. Let me know what you mean. Great, I'm connected. I'm definitely scooping. Well, okay, let's talk about engagement terms. We don't have to talk about, because y'all know, y'all pick up, y'all ending and coming back obviously fixed the glitch. Oh, did it fix it for you? I don't think it's fixed. It didn't fix. She is asking about school. School. Oh, school is for people in my agency. I am a credit network agency, so you have to join the agency first. But before you can join the agency, you have to be going live. So you have to be a live host. So just recognize that that's the first step. Hey, Dawn, thank you so much. So if you are interested in the agency, you can message me and I'll post the agency's page in here. So that is where the application link is. But you're not going to be able to apply unless you have done those first 3 lives, and TikTok will have to approve you first. So this is the agency's page. I'll pin that. Hey, love, how you doing, Don? Thank you so much. Whoop, whoop. I'm gonna try to get 1K this week. Okay, friend. Well, you got to do things differently. I want you to be able to properly engage. And so we're going to talk about that. I want to make sure that people are here. Um, So I want to make sure people who are here looking to grow to 5K. Gotcha. So, yeah. So let me be clear. This is not a grow room. We do engage. We talk about engagement, but I want to make sure you guys are not picking up habits, bad habits from those grow rooms. We talk about how to be a live host. And so those rooms are you said newbie. Yeah, there we go. Who are my newbies in the room? Put new in the room. Put new in the chat. Who is new in the room? If you're new to me, you probably heard me say this before. I had to regulate my FYP. It's been getting some very childish and okay, gossipy content creators. Okay, gotcha, friend. Yeah, you definitely have to change it. New Jenny, your new role, you new, simply you're new. Look at y'all, friend. Wolfie the dog. Thank you so much. Appreciate you, Stacy. You're new as well. Thank you so much for that. Norma. Okay, look at y'all, Gigi. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much for Dawn. Welcome to the room as well. New here. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for the follow, everybody. Appreciate that newbie, but I'm still freshman level. There you go, Linda. Semi new. Thank you so much. Press with Jay. Thank you, friend. So here's the deal. I want to make sure my new folks are understanding what happens as a live host. And so some of my newbies, you guys, we're going to talk about engagement because some of you guys, if you notice the people who didn't say new, the people who didn't say new, look at them in the chat. I want you guys to see something. You're not going to be able to unsee this. The differences between them and you. For the most part, some of you guys have it, but for the majority of the people who said new, you guys don't have badges next to your name. You don't have a blue box with a number or a Lisa box. So we're going to talk about that. And then we're going to talk about etiquette in the chat because I want to teach you guys from the lens of a viewer. So you guys are viewers, how it means to engage as a viewer, because when you become a live host, when you're in this chair, you're going to want to have people engage properly in your live. All right. And so you're going to know how to engage so you can teach them how to engage in your live stream. All right. And so some of those rooms where you go, because that's what shows up in your feed when you first start going live, is showing you the grow rooms, it's showing you those engagement rooms where people are like, yeah, Scoop, I'm going to pin you. And they doing all the things. And that is the etiquette for those rooms so you can get seen and you are trying to get your numbers. When you become a live host, you want to go live, that's what we're talking about, beginner tips. When you become a live host, it's not about the numbers. It's about the community. It's about getting people to come to your live and keep coming back to your live because those rooms are really transient. All types of people are coming in those rooms. And I tell you guys all the time, I joke about it, but if you lay down with dogs, you wake up with fleas. And the fleas in this case is that you're going to wake up with people who are not going to engage, who are probably going to get their account in trouble, that they get banned from the account, from the app. And then ultimately, you have to remove them from your listing of people anyway. so so keep that in mind. So so with that being said, you want to be intentional about going into those rooms. I say you go there for a reason, not a season, and you don't pick up habits that are habits that you don't want people to do in your room. All right. So those bad habits of saying scooped, because you're not scooping nobody up. Okay, let's be clear about that. You're just in that language. You said good stuff. Thank you, Frank. That language is connotation that says, I'm just trying to get you as a number. I'm not trying to engage in your content. I'm not trying to come back to your live and come to your live stream and be a supporter. I'm just trying to get the numbers. You said, I'm not ice cream. Exactly. My sound effects is glitching. So just know that's it. You're not trying to follow for follow's sake. And you don't say scoop gotcha, follow. Try to avoid that language because again, that's the language there. Okay. Thank you, Dr. Lisa. I'm here to grow community for folks facing end of life caregiving. Ooh, you know what? Where is e-nurse? E-nurse a good one to go to. That's a great live. Yeah, that's a great live. She talks about caregiving too. So that's a good one. If she comes in, I'll mention her for you, Linda. I don't know if you connected with her, but she's good. There's the lab. I had to go in the actual feature under the wand to click it. It's not working on my sound bar. There's a little sound bar that clicks here. It's not working on the sound bar. Bummer. Yes, oh, you do follow her. Perfect, perfect. I was frozen last night. Were you really? Hey, Janice, how are you, friend? I'm constantly faced with flipping through lives. Yes. You say your constant face while flipping through lives. Is that it? Okay. So I want you guys to pick that up. So hopefully my new friends, put new in the chat again if you're just joining my live stream. But I want to make sure you guys are seen and heard, and I want to support you all with learning how to, in fact, go live effectively, but also how to be an engaged viewer. All right. Thank you all. I have no idea what I would like to do. Is there new stuff to intake and learn? Is this all new stuff to intake and learn? Yeah, Stacy, stay with me. We'll talk about how to come up with your topic. We'll talk about that too. I talk about engagement too. I talk about it from a live host perspective and a viewer perspective. Viewer meaning that you're going to become a live host. I want you guys to get it from that lens. We end up doing this every time in my live too because we get so many new people coming through. And again, it's no fault of you all. There's nothing that told you that you shouldn't engage in a room like that. But when you go, the first thing you're doing is like, oh, I need to grow my community. You go to those rooms, and that's what they do. And that's the etiquette. But that's not the etiquette in any other live. And it's certainly you're not gonna want that to be the etiquette for your live. Because as a live host, again, you're trying to build, that's the whole fan club. You're trying to build community. And so you don't want people who's just saying scooped and gotcha and followed because they're not trying to stay with you. They're not trying to build. Okay. So that just keep that in mind. Those are not the behaviors you want. Hey friend, how are you? What type of camera are you using? This is my iPhone. This 16 Pro. Yeah, that's it. And it's the audio too. This is a little bit of smoke and mirrors because the sound is connected to my YouTube tablets, to my tablet. So I'm streaming, co-streaming. And so this is not the sound from the microphone, it's the sound from the phone. So you guys are hearing the audio from the phone. You said, "Teach Dr. Lacey." Okay. Okay, so let's do this. A couple things. When you come into a live, there's a couple ways you should engage. Even before that, I clicked to a few of you, my new friends, you guys don't have bios. You always want to have words in your bio. We want to know who you are and what you're all about. If you click my bio here, you see my bio, you see what I do, you see my time I go live, my day's time, I go daily, twice a day. And so you see all that listed. That's how people also determine if they want to connect with you too. So when you don't have a bio, you actually are limiting yourself from people potentially connecting with you because they don't see words there. They don't see that connection. So that's the very first thing I'll tell you because I saw some of you who did not have it. How do you put text on screen is ahead of time. Ahead of time. This is a board. I'll talk about boards a little later. Stay with me, friend, because boards is actually it takes me in a whole different conversation. So let me do engagement first. Um, and you asked about the first 3 lives. Those first 3 lives you wanna do those first 3 lives because TikTok won't give you all the features until you've gone live, at least 3 times. And so I tell people in those first 3 lives, play around with the features here. All of these things down here, your bottom row looks very similar to mine. It's not exactly the same, but it looks similar, has some of the same features. And then up here is identical. And so if there's anything here you don't know what it's about or what's in it, click it. You can't break anything, so click it and test it out. That's what you should be doing those first 3 lives. Learn where the effects are, where the sound effects are, where the voice effects are, where boards are located, stickers. If you click the number of people in the room here, you actually can click that. If you click the number, there's a question mark there that tells you who are the top viewers. I want you to test out and learn what's here. And so when you ask me what you should talk about, those first 3 lives, you're engaging with the people coming in a room. You're clicking their photo so you can see their bio. And then you might read the bio and say, "Hi, how you doing? I'm going live for the first time. Welcome to my room. I'm playing with the effects and the features here. Have you gone live? Any tips for me?" You're just having a conversation. So that's what I would tell you to do first and foremost. Start a brownie business, follow and support. All right, friend, come on in. We're going to show you how to support. I want you guys to know how to support too. Greetings, first time listen while cooking. Okay, thank you so much for being here. How you doing? I imagine imagery. Thank you so much, friend, for being here. Hey, Tanya. Crazy that those grow rooms were the first lives pushed to me when I joined. Glad I didn't indulge. Yeah, yeah. I tell you guys, I'm not against them. I just say you go there for a reason, not a season. Don't make that your home base because there's people, it's transient. It's not people who are really going to engage. You're just trying to boost your numbers. How do you think is the best way to find people who are interested in what you do? You have to go on the home screen and search. Search for your content, your topic, the type of people you're trying to reach, and see what kind of content that's out there about for those people in the chat. In those posts, especially posts that have done really well and they're viral and a lot of comments, are people who was interested in that topic, interested in that content, interested in your topic ideally, and you would start connecting with those people too. And so that's a good way to start searching for people who really may have a similar interest as you. Okay. And that may will obviously they may come to your content, your page, and also your live stream. And then go to those lives too. Go look those type of lives. Once you start going on those type of searching for those type of terms, that will populate your for you feed. And so now you're going to see more of that type of content. And then TikTok is going to put those type of lives before you. So it's really helping you to now you're telling TikTok intentionally what you want to see, what type of content you're interested in, and you're educating your algorithm and letting TikTok know what you're all about. Will it automatically inform your followers? What do you mean by that? Um, no, you got to share it. I think that's what you mean. Your live stream, you got to share it. You should share it. You should promote your live. That's another conversation, but you should promote your live before you start going live. Promote your live, not in the fee, not the promote feature, but do a live event, share it, do a post saying I'm going live, add it to your story. Yes, so you need to market yourself. So you want to make sure you do that as well. Hey, Emma, thank you so much, friend. Appreciate you, friend. Others coming into a room, I appreciate you all being here. We are talking all things going live. I am Dr. Lisa. I'm a creator network agency and I am a TikTok coach. So I teach about how to go live, especially beginner tips. How do you make the banner? Give me a second, Nurse Boo. We will talk about the banner. That's the one thing people always ask. It's actually not a banner, it's a board. And so we'll talk about that. That's like the eye-catching thing, so we'll talk about it. But give me a second. I'm gonna talk about engagement so that people who came in that was looking to connect with others, that you can properly do it. How you doing, Naylin? Welcome to the room, friend. Okay, thank you so much for the popular. So let's do this. I usually tell people there is 2 types of support. So again, think of yourself as you're a viewer. Your goal here is to engage. All right. So your goal is to engage as a viewer. My role is to support you guys by educating, entertaining, and inspiring you. That's the role of a live host. You're doing one of those 3 things typically. What should we not say to get restrictions? Give me a second, Gigi. You're jumping ahead. So we got to get your engagement going. And so here's what I would say, friend, that's your goal. So you're here to engage. Questions is engagement. So that's actually very good that you're asking questions. Although you also want your viewers to engage. You're not a bystander. You're not just sitting watching and lurking. You are actively engaging. I say this all the time. We're not television. Live streaming is a teamwork effort. We're all working together. All right. You say, okay, I'm back. Thank you so much, Dee. Appreciate your friend. Thank you, Nurse Boo. So, couple things you need to know. I told you already, if you click the number of people in the room, there's a question mark in the corner. If you want to click that question mark, it breaks down how to be a top viewer. All right. Breaks down how to be a top viewer. It says tapping the live. That is literally you. Hey, spiritual. That is literally you tapping the screen. You see where you're tapping the screen there? And as you tap the screen, you see the little hearts above my name where my logo is. And there's a heart that popped up there, that little pink heart, and there's a line that crawls across. When you tap, confetti falls on the screen. Thank you very much, KT. Appreciate your friend. I just okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So this is person looking to go live soon. Okay, perfect. You didn't need 1,000 to go live. You can go live at with 50 followers. 50 followers and a blue box. We'll talk about the blue box next to people's names. But yeah, you got live access. I'm pretty sure of it. You've been had it. You said, oh. You're like, girl. But it's good that you got 1,000. But no, I mean, you could have went live probably a couple weeks ago. So with that, many of you guys, if you're waiting to go live, it says that somewhere in the writing that it's 1,000, but TikTok lifted that a year ago that you can go live sooner. So it's been, I want to say, under 300 easily since last February 2025. Okay, so thank you so much. Others come in the room. I appreciate you all joining. And so engagement. The likes on the screen matter. That tells TikTok we are engaging. We like the live. So you want your viewers to engage. Thank you so much for the gloves. Is there 7 days after you open your account? It is 7 days after you open your account. Yes. Thank you for saying that, spiritual. If you are new, brand new, you got to wait a whole week. Even if you were working very hard, and maybe in them grow rooms, and working really hard to get those numbers, but you still got to wait a week. So TikTok says, hey, you did great. Probably a little too good. Now, now you gotta wait until you at least get through 7 days. I made my first video with the live access on a trial, I guess. Okay. I guess. I'm not sure, friend. Thank you so much for appreciate your friend. Thank you, Grace. Hey, Grace. And so sharing the live is the other thing. Thank you all who came in and shared. If you click the arrow in the corner, I don't know what the Y represents, friend. When for you, let me know what that Y is representing. Just created my account last month. Okay, perfect. So you should be good. I got to go live with 50 followers and then had to go live once for 30 minutes. Yep, to get approved. Yep, that's it. We talked about that. You got to do 3 separate lives, 3 separate days for a total of 30 minutes once you go live to get all the full features and access. Okay, sharing the live. 'Cause that's TikTok's rule. I don't you gotta ask TikTok, but that's a rule for TikTok. No, not as a brand new account. You just can't come on and just start going live with a brand new account. So TikTok says you gotta wait 7 days. So when you share out the live, you can add it to your story, you can add it to, you can repost it, and you can share it to individuals or group chats. You also can do what's called a power share, where when you press down on the middle of my nose or glasses, you hold your finger down, a screen pops up, and you can share the live out that way. So if you press down, that screen pops up and you can share your live to people in your inbox. And so with that, you're sharing out the live as well. So thank you all for sharing out the live. Thank you for supporting the live. And so that is another way to support. And so the B side, stay with me, friend. You normally need about 50 to get live access. If your account is over 7 days, I want to make sure I put that caveat out there as well. Thank you, Spiritual, for saying that. But you have to be at least over 7 days old, and you have to have at least 50 in a blue box. That engagement box is supporting TikTok. You're indicating to TikTok that you've been in lives and you want to go live. And so that is helping you to get more to get that live access sooner. Now, God had started with a new account last Saturday. Okay, so you got to wait again. Do I have the blue box? You do not. You do not, Coach. Coach Ms. Is that Ms? Thank you so much. We'll talk about that next. Can you do power share on yourself while live? Yes, you can. I can press my screen down and share out my live to my supporters. Okay, so that is also something you can do as a live host. As a live host, they advise you not to tap your live. You're not supposed to tap, but you can share your live. You should share your live. You need to share your live. Let people know you add it to your story. You have an arrow down here as well. You can do the power share as well. How do you keep from getting requests from accounts that are not bots and questionable? You can stop the request buttons and stuff. You can turn those off. Give me a second. I'll talk about it later. If you remind me, let me get through this engagement and remind me. How flip the screen, remind me. Let me move through the engagement because you guys are not talking about engagement questions. But thank you for asking questions. How do I get the blue box? That's an engagement question. So let me get to that, friend. So tapping the screen, sharing the live out, comments. If you have grabbed the daily heart me, there is that's how you can send stickers. If you put a comment in, don't put the comment, send the heart, and I want you guys to send go live stickers. Okay. So that means you have the daily heart me. It doesn't sit up there and say join. That's where you become part of the fan club. And if you haven't, you could do exactly what our friend just did. Fawn, who just joined the fan club. Thank you so much, PMP. Thank you so much, Boo. Appreciate your friend. So I went live for 3 minutes and it was so awkward to share. Okay, so no, sharing should be easy. You just share it out with the arrow, or you can share it before the live. Yeah, sharing's pretty simple. Thank you so much, Coach. I see you, Fred. You got your first daily heart me. Congratulations. My sound effects. Where is my sound effect? Oh my gosh, TikTok. Thank you for doing that. Thank you for sharing that first gift with me. I appreciate the support. I'm being is being a moderator part of the engagement. It is helping you to engage, yes. So you're part of the viewers and the mod, you're a mod too. So yeah, you are engaging as a mod. You're putting comments in, you're sharing the live out, you're doing all the things to support the live host. Absolutely. Is a long is it a long oh like bow? Okay, thank you, friend. Thank you so much. Appreciate your friend. All right. So, hello, how you doing, Beach? So, when everything's said and done, sharing, commenting, stickers, doing the likes, all that stuff is free support. Now, stickers actually, you do need to have coins on your account to become a fan club member. As a live host, you want your fan club. You want to grow that. That is showing TikTok people are investing in you. Thank you so much, friend. I tell people in the very beginning is like you having your favorite artist, your favorite singer. You go to their concerts, you buy their music, you go to their social media, you follow them, you look at all the little tabloids and the little entertainment shows where they talk about that person. You're invested, you're aware of what their day-to-day is like. And so TikTok is similar in the sense of they give you a checklist to say, okay, you guys like this live host. Here's the things you need to do to support the live stream. You might want to give them the popular vote. And that way it helps to push the live out some more because they say this live is popular. Thank you so much, friend. And so that's what you're doing as well. So those are the things you want people to do for your live. So you do want your fan club. You do want people to engage in your live stream in a very intentional way. Okay. So if they click the question on the top viewers, it shows how to get the points for engagement. It sure does. Yeah. That's why I tell you, I'm teaching you guys where the information's at. I'm teaching you how to do it properly, not just because you're just trying to scoop and get people's numbers, get numbers for your profile. I want you to be intentional because what you're going to do is take this information and do it for your live. Okay. So you're literally practicing how to be a good viewer because you're going to get in your room and the first thing you're going to say is, Doc, ain't nobody engaging. Doc, nobody has my daily heart meal or the blue boxes. Nobody has any badges, Doc. And I'm going to say, okay, well, how are you as an engager? Do you engage? Are you telling them how to engage? What's your blue box number? Do you go into people's rooms and get their fan club and join their fan club? Like, what are you doing to support the way you want people to treat you? So you treat people, that whole saying, treat people the way you want to be treated. Okay. And so the reason you're doing this is because you're building community. And so if you're being very intentional in the rooms you go to, these are the rooms where your followers may be, your viewers may be. You want to be intentional about supporting people that ultimately you want them to support you back. I learned so much from you. Thank you so much, spiritual. You're so sweet. He said, I learned so much from you. TikTok and life lessons. Come, down. Where's my sound? TikTok, give me my sound back. Thank you so much. Hey, Flourish, I saw you pop in here, friend. How you doing, BDP? Thank you so much, friend. Jeanette, thank you so much. Thank you for all your tips. You're welcome. So again, that's why I said this is now bigger than just coming in getting your numbers. You're being intentional about what you're doing. Okay. Thank you for sharing this information. You're welcome. Okay. You say, yep, I'm creeping. Welcome to the room. Listening today, need to come back and take notes. That's totally fine. My live stream, my co-stream on YouTube on the YT, so you guys can catch me over there too. It'll be a playlist for you to go back and look at. It'll be under the live section too. Later tonight, it gets posted. So you're welcome to go back and just listen to the replay. Fast forward, you were in here. I've been live for 44 minutes. So yeah, it just depends on what part of the live stream you want to listen to. Hello, Lucy. She's here every day, which I love. Yes, I am here every day, twice a day, 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. Eastern. Did I miss boards? You did not miss boards. Give me 1 second. You did not miss boards. Y'all can't miss boards. Boards, I answer the board question literally every day, and I'm kicking myself because I need to sit down and just do the video. But I'm gonna do the video. Maybe I secretly want y'all to ask me the question, y'all. That way I can talk about it. So I don't know. So for some reason, a board conversation keeps coming up. Okay, oh, that's your microphone. Oh, I'm like, what's that in the picture of? This here, the microphone. Yeah, this is it is actually it's pretty cool. It's a wireless microphone. It's not actually on my phone here. It's not connected to my phone. It's connected to my YouTube tablet. So YouTube is getting the mic sound. You guys are just getting the phone sound. So pretty cool though. Just put in for your replays. Thank you so much. You're so sweet. I'm I'm in the background. Thank you so much, friends. Okay, so look here. Let's show the badges. So here's the deal. I show you guys this. I tell you as a viewer, now you're not going to be able to unsee this. I'm going to teach you this because I want you to pay attention to this. And now you won't be able to unsee it. So, my friends who do not have this is where you now have to kind of do a soul searching of yourself and say, what are you trying to do here? How are you trying to show up in a live room? How are you trying to represent yourself? Because we see it. And okay, so I want you guys to understand we see it as a live host, and you all who know you see it as viewers. Okay, so there's some things here you want to pay attention to, and people will judge you, maybe wrongly, but they're going to judge you based on your engagement. All right, and so as you can tell, I talk to everybody, I engage with everybody. I do have favorites. I do. I wish my sound effects work. I do have favorites, but I do love you all equally, okay? Yep, you keep saying you are going to make the videos. I know, I know. I think I secretly don't want to make it. I think it's one of those things where I just have to sit down and do it. How do I get off restriction? Give me 1 second, resilient. Restriction is for that live, so you're off restriction. So you're not on restriction anymore. Oh, awesome. What's your doctor's? And it's a PhD in education and leadership. Um, so it said maybe a favorite, maybe a favorite. I do maybe a favorite, or 2 or 3. So manifest. Thank you, favorite. Flourish. Oh, thank you so much for the your awesomes and the lives. I appreciate it. Oh, hello, gorgeous. You want to? Oh, thank you so much, friend. I appreciate you being here. We're gonna talk about etiquette. So let's stay with me. Hello, hello, gorgeous. Thank you so much. Thank you for the stickers. All right, so let's do this. Thank you, Allie. Let's do this real quick. Everybody in the room. Everybody. Everybody. I'm gonna show you all this. Everybody can see it. Put the word blue in the chat. So now we're going to talk about the blue box. I'm glad I found you. Okay, EDS and want to pivot. Okay, friend. Awesome. You can be Floors the moment. Floors the favorite. So here's what's happening. Everybody in the room, you're putting blue. And the reason why I said everybody do it is because even if you are not new, you know what the blue box is, you should always, always be checking this. You want to check your level so that you understand clearly how you're moving on this app. All right. I don't want you to break the bank. It's up to you in terms of how you navigate this app. You can make strategic, sound decisions. But if you want to be a live host, and I say this all the time, I'm really adamant about this. If you want to be a live host, you actually have to be an engaging viewer. Because here's the deal, you're asking people to support you as a live host. So that means you need to show up as an engaged viewer. Engagement is tapping the screen, sharing the live, putting comments in. But optics wise, we see your engagement box. We see if you grab the Daily Heartbeat and you are a fan club member of that room. We see that. And those are the things that you're going to see. You're going to want people to get your fan club. You're going to want people to support your live goal or your flash goal because that's the goal TikTok puts out there in your chat. So you want to make sure you're showing up as an engaged viewer because when you become a live host, you're going to want that same support. All right. So we're going to teach this because I want you guys to pay attention. And some of you, many of you in the room don't have it right now. I can't recharge because of Apple. Oh, that's too bad. Apple locked is locked? I don't know what's happening then. Maybe get a, don't use Apple. Use a, gift card or something like that. Sounds good. Okay, so if you put blue or if you put a comment in, I want you to put in here real quick. I want you to put in here your, I want you to click your photo. So you may have to scroll back up or you can put a new comment in. It's totally fine. You can scroll up and put a new comment, but I want you to essentially click your photo. So you're clicking your photo, your mini profile pops up. Okay. So you click your photo, your mini profile pops up. When you click your photo, there is an engagement box. Okay. So we're going to, so that you guys can see this, there is a level of engagement. You see that LV for me 22 on my agency account. I want you to click your LV number. If it's LV0, I still want you to click it. LV1, LV5, LV8, LV22, LV28, whatever your number is, click it. A blue screen pops up. All right. So a blue screen pops up for you. This is your engagement information. TikTok is saying they call it the experience. So essentially, your experience in these in the live stream, the blue box follows you to every live you go to. The orange daily heart me. Thank you very much, eye imagery. Appreciate your friend. Thank you so much, Linda. Um, it follows you. And so the orange heart is for my room where it says Lisa. That means that you are a fan club member. Or you're even a super fan. There's a wider one that says super fan level 13. Thank you so much for leveling in the room. My sound effects. My sound bar is not working, y'all. I'm so used to clicking the sound bar, it's not working. So I have to go actually into the feature. But with that, you pay attention to this, okay? So now what you're seeing is how many points you're collecting. You do have to have coins in your account. And let me say this very clearly. Again, if you're trying to be a live host, you want to support your supporters. Okay. So I would tell you put coins on your account. $10, $20, you don't have to break the bank. You can actually do it by clicking the gift box in the corner. It says recharge or click where their coins already at. It takes you in the app to the screen. Don't click there. I don't want you to get the coins in the app. There's a little message that says recharge at tiktok.com/coin. Go there because you can get a 25% discount. If you click up here, you'll see where that message is again. It takes you to the website. It's like a coin symbol. So again, you're going there $10, $20 just to start off. If you want to do more, that's up to you, but that's a start. But that's going to let you get the blue box. The second you send a coin, thank you for the daily heart me. Second thing you send the daily heart me in my room, it gives you the blue box plus the heart me. When you send a rose, it gives you the blue box as well. Again, what you have been doing, and I'm gonna say this for everybody who had level 0, okay? Now, some people had it grayed out, whereas maybe level 1, 2, or whatever number. If it was grayed out, that means you got grayed out after 7 days, TikTok grays you out. But what I'm gonna tell you is that many of you have been ignoring, have been flat out ignoring the message TikTok tells you when you come to someone's live room. It told you, TikTok said, send a rose, send a heart me, do it. And so because you've ignored it, now you're like, You said what agency am I with? I'm an owner manager, launch income agency. I'll talk about my agency in a second if you guys wanna. I do recruit in my live stream. I don't go out and scout. Why is this important though? It's important because Ash, and so well, what I just said, Ash, and you're grayed out level 10. So you want to reactivate by sending a rose or whatever to reactivate your box. Well, first of all, let me just be clear. Oh, I'll talk about the gift gallery in a second. Give me a second. That takes us into another area. What I think you might have missed what I said earlier, Ash. If you're in my room, you're asking about how to be a live host. You're curious about how to go live and how to be a live host. And what I shared is that if you are a live host, then you're going to be asking people to support your live. And so you said, "Oh, my phone." So that's okay, friend. Charge your phone. You're gonna be wondering, how can people support my live? I want them to get my daily heart rate because that's part of your monetization. I want them to help me with my flash goal because TikTok sets that for a live stream. I want them to help me with my live goal and other things. And then when you are looking at the people in your room and they don't have a blue box, they haven't grabbed your daily heart rate, they're not engaging in that way, then you're going to wonder why people aren't supporting you. And what I said earlier is that if you want to be a live host, then you have to show up as a supporting viewer. And then what you're doing is learning how to essentially take this to your live stream and support other people. Because if you're not going to be a live host, that's fine. I mean, you can sit there and watch somebody and lurk all you want. But if you want to be a live host, then you really have to understand how you are building your community intentionally. And it's not just the people you're talking about scooped and follow, because those people aren't coming to your live. They were just numbers. But if you really want people to come and support you fully, then you also have to show up as a supporter. Okay? I think that assumes that all wants to be a life host. If you're in my room, then that's what the board says. I'm just saying. I'm just saying you're in the wrong room then. So I'm just saying you might wanna think about where you at right now. So, but assuming you came into a room for that reason. So I'm just saying. Just saying. And so if you came into a room for that reason, then yes, stay and learn. If you're not here for that reason, then maybe this ain't the right room for you. I'm just saying. So just recognize that that's what we're talking about. We're talking that people want to go live. With that, had to thank you so much. Did I miss boards? Not yet, friend. Supporting and learning. Thank you so much, friend. Good evening. How you doing, Miss Flawless? Thank you so much. Um, yeah, so people have different goals. If you want to be successful on this app, and let me go back philosophically here for TikTok, just real quick. I'm gonna spend a little bit more time here and then we'll move on. People come here for four reasons: for monetization purposes, for they want to become famous, TikTok famous, world famous, whatever it is. So you want to make money. You either want to become famous, you want to build community, or you want to master something. You're mastering digital marketing, being an affiliate, UGC, getting brand deals, all those things. You're here for one of those four reasons. You could be here for all four of them. So you're going to fit in one of those buckets. At the end of the day, if you want your live stream to have reach, thank you very much, friend. Thank you so much. I think there's something you need to realize on this app. You said all 4. Okay. I think there's something you need to realize on this app. We're in TikTok's economy. If you want visibility, if you want discoverability, if you want to be pushed out to the right people, your target audience, the right people to come in your room, you are going to have to play TikTok's game, whether you like it or not. You have to play that by their rules, and you have to play a little bit of their game. Otherwise, your live is not of value to them. Okay. So just sit in that for a little bit. And that's one of those four reasons you're here. And if you want to be discovered, if you want to be able to have a live stream that is successful based on whatever your standards are, then you're going to have to play the game. All right. So I say that because I think that stings sometimes for people because they're like, well, I didn't come here for that. Well, then, yeah, you shouldn't be here. I'm just being honest with you. I don't want to, I know that hurts sometimes. I love the TikTok shop. You love it. I like the TikTok shop too. But I know that stings a little bit because maybe you have a different way you want to operate, but you in TikTok's universe. You're here. And so if you want to do things your way, then you might have to get your own app. But if you want to do TikTok's way, then you need to understand the rules. I can't keep you non-US people out my lives. Sure. You got to change what you're doing and saying, friend. There's some things that you're saying and doing that may be attracting them. And so you got to be careful about what you're saying and doing. But yeah, so keep that in mind. I mean, I know that stings for some people because we all have this way of operating and we have our own moral compass and all these other things. But again, you got to play by their rules. Okay. Thank you so much, friend. Say that again for the people in the back. So, Shelly, I think they got it. Hopefully they got it. I made people aware of early intervention services. There we go. He said, uh, yeah, surely not every feature is important for my goals. I mean, I'm not saying every feature is. I'm just saying you have to understand engagement. That's the whole point of this conversation. Rue has to resonate with you. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Yep. Hi, new TikTok lives. I'm nervous and about. Okay, awesome, awesome. Well, stay in the room, friends. We're gonna talk about it. You said no problem. Yeah. So I'm saying you have to understand engagement. So the blue box is your engagement box. Okay. So hey, Coach Jesse. Hey, friend. The blue box is your engagement box, and so that blue box is ultimately people are making judgments about that. So let me bring that to home a little bit. When you look at that box, now that y'all can't unsee it, that box runs from level 1 to level 50. Okay. So that box goes from level 1 to level 50. As you guys will see, it shows the points that you've collected, it shows the points you need for the next level, and then underneath there's a scrolling message that speaks to how many points you need to level up. And so my friend honestly Karen and Queen, they both came in, they're flying in. You see them up here. It is done that way on purpose. I can see them eye level. Thanks, Dave. Thank you so much, friend. I can see that. Thank you very much, Coach Jesse. And so I can see them because TikTok made them eye level for my room. My room's not over 100 people yet. And so when you're 25, there's my friend Barry. When you're 25 or more, you fly into a room. You fly into a room no matter how many people are in the room up top here. If it's 100 or more people, it's level 35. Okay? So TikTok starts to say, "Okay, here's some perks. Here's how you become a little bit more visible." Now, again, let's go back to the whole concept that this is a fan club, okay? You guys are fans. So think about a fan club. And some of y'all, we all kind of most of my people in my room are either Gen Xers, baby boomers. We got some millennials in our room. So we understand the whole concept of a fan club. And so a fan club, you're like, oh my gosh, my favorite star, my favorite singer, they saw me. They looked right into my eyes. They see me. Claudette, I see you. And so you're excited. And so TikTok is bringing that energy to the room so that you now are being visible. Okay. So that's the whole thing, because otherwise you're not visible because you're down here coming in at the bottom. You're not getting attention yet unless you make yourself seen and known. Again, from the grow rooms, that's what you have to do. Thank you for the populace. Remember the whole thing with the grow rooms. They're pointing to their top two people in the boxes. They're talking about, come on, this person pinned themselves, all this stuff. So they're doing that because they're trying to get people to see you so that then they can then follow you. So that's the whole concept there. But for here, as a live host, you're trying to figure out who are my fans, who are my top people. And the people flying in my room, I want to shout them out because I know they engage. Because I know that they're 25 and above, and these people understand the engagement that they've been doing. Thank you so much, friend. Appreciate you all. Thank you for the hanging hearts. Thank you for the roses. So, does that make sense? Let me know if you guys got that. Got what I was putting down. Total Design A to Z. Welcome to the room. Thank you for the hand heart. So let me talk about those points real quick because I want you guys to be cognizant, but also cautious. All right. How do you level up the blue box? Thank you. That's my question, Linda. That's what I was about to go to, Linda, because that's the cognizant and cautious piece. How do you become a better engager? Okay. So you're literally paying attention. I'm going to show you guys this real quick. You're paying attention to the points you need, those points to level up. Now, this account needs some points to it. I got some points I got to do over here. And so, what I will say to get to this, you said, what's the blue box? The number 9 on your click your where you put what's the blue box, click your photo, and then click your LV number 9, and then a blue screen. This blue screen pops up, and then you'll see what I'm talking about here. So, what I was saying is that you want to pay attention to that scrolling message that says how you level up. Okay. Blue. There you go, Christina. Yes. And so those points tells you what you need to do in terms of your gifting. This is gifting now, y'all. There's a teacher, they're teaching us to be generous, which is actually training and engagement, etc. Yes, it is. Yep. And so had no idea these existed. Brandy was like, I knew you had no clue, friend. Other thing I'm gonna point out, you guys don't have to take my word for stuff. Thank you, Superfan PMP. There's a question mark here. I always tell you guys when you're in an area, if there's a question mark, click it, read it for yourself. Okay. So you don't have to take Dr. Lisa's word. I teach you all that you can get information yourself. Gamification 101. It is. It is. And so I want you guys to be cognizant of how you're moving. So when you know how many points you have, you can make a conscious decision based on your budget. Hey, crochet like a pro. Based on your budget, you can say, okay, you know what? Here's what I'm gonna do for this week on TikTok. I ain't going above and beyond this number. This is what I'm doing. And I know I got these many points to do to get to the next level. All right, I may get there by the end of the week. Or I might say, okay, I might get there by the end of the month. Or I might get there today, depending on what I have to do based on my budget. Thank you so much, Maggie. I appreciate your friend. And so this is great advice. So I want you guys to be cognizant of it. I want you guys to be aware of how things look, and I want you to be aware of the optics. And like I said earlier, um, are the are these steps for TikTok shop growth as well? TikTok shop is different because people don't care about the badges and the numbers and stuff in TikTok shop. That don't even matter. It's about the people getting your products. So that's, yeah, that's a different approach. And people who are TikTok shoppers, they are thinking like, oh, I can do what I do in TikTok shop and come over here to a regular live and do that. Nah. That's the thing about it. And that's the whole thing with grow rooms too. How they operate is different than a regular room versus a TikTok shop room. So every room is a little different. You said, how to bring it up? Let me know, friend. Hey, welcome to the room too. You just joined the agency. Make sure you fill out my form. I don't think you've done that yet, but welcome. Um, and so is it Lagos Digital? I'm gonna have to remember how to say that, friend. Thank you so much for being here. TikTok coins won't take any of my credit cards or PayPal. What's happening? I'm not sure. The coins won't? Are you going to the website? Because you can touch on what it means to be an enigma. Um, it's a feature that they offer. If you click the enigma in that blue area, I think it'll show you. Essentially, you have to pay. I want to say it's 150 to $75. I'm not sure what the exact amount is, to be pretty much where you're at in this incognito format. So we don't know it's you. You have the Enigma symbol, and it lets you engage like anonymous. And so think about Beyonce. If Beyonce don't want people to know it's Beyonce, she coming in here, she might be an enigma. So she like, I don't want y'all to know it's me. And so that's pretty much what happens. So you can go anonymous and engage. Hey, Dr. Peg, how are you, friend? What is the lead, Christina? Christina, that's I don't mind talking about it. That's a little advanced just for the room. Um, because we got people in here who have not went live yet, and so the leagues I do touch on. I'll touch on it a little bit just so that you guys understand what's happening. I hit above to get the 25. You hit above to get the 25% off, and then did it work for you? Oh, look at you reaching level 14. Congratulations, friend. My cheer is not working. Let me go the other way. Congratulations, friend. PMP, click the gift box and try from that direction. See if that works, where you hit the area that says tiktok.com/coin for the 25%. Try that one. If it's showing I have points, but ask for money, showing you have points. The points is what you're trying to reduce. You're not redeeming. You're not redeeming nothing, y'all. So you're reducing those points by gifting. Those are the points that you need to still give out. Um, you said go to Kroger and get a gift card, Visa. I mean, you could use a gift card if you want to be very particular about how you using your money. That's totally fine. I became a super fan on the Heart Box. Can you explain those costs? To become a super fan on the Hearts box under the Heart Me, yes. To become a can you? That is so super fans is where people become subscribers for the live. It's a subscription essentially. TikTok has a flat fee for all your super fans. So anybody who sets up a fan, we all have the same price. It used to be kind of all over the map in terms of what people priced for their super fan. TikTok regulated it and made it all $9.99 per month. And so Superfan is my super fan benefit is my live. I traditionally do it like twice a month. I'm gonna do it. I think I'm gonna do super fan tomorrow. I usually make my live part of my live. I'll transition to a super fan only live, and it's I pull up my boxes, ask me anything. We talk about. I probably do a little deeper dive into super fans. I've been doing that a lot because a lot of people don't have super fans. So I usually save that for the super fan conversation. If there's some other things we need to talk about, I'll talk about that as well. I try to bring maybe a new tip or strategy to my super fans too, as a way to educate, but also if people have some things going on and they want to get my quick time that way, um, they can do that as a super fan. Is the Enigma a thing I can change, or does TikTok have that control? What do you mean by changing it? And I don't know the answer, to be honest with you. I think whatever the Enigma is, you are Enigma certain number, and you come flying into the room, and you are able to do whatever you want to do as an Enigma. We just don't know it's you. Right. But when I try to send the gift, it says recharge, yet I have points. You have coins. It says recharge. If it's saying recharge, then you're saying you have coins on your account, but it's still telling you to recharge. Try it again. Go out and come back in. That may be kind of a glitch. This live is kind of glitchy. I will say that. This live is glitchy. It doesn't like me today. I'll try later, okay. And yeah, this live is I'm telling you my sound effects is not working correctly. It is definitely a glitchier live. It definitely is the case. When it says in the heart box to send 1,000 coins, what does that mean? Because you cannot save them. It says in the heart box, heart me box to send 1,000 coins for what? The heart box. Are you saying up here? I don't know what that would be for. What are you referring to, friend? Somebody in the room, let me know if you know what she's talking about. Let me know what you're saying. I'm not sure what you're saying, friend. Okay, where was I about to go? I don't think I finished my conversation. I sent a rose. What does that mean? That means you sent a gift. You sent your first gift. You have a level one box, which is great. You are engaging. She's talking about the super fan box. But why would it say 1,000 coins? Send super fan box. Oh, okay, gotcha. I see it. I'm seeing it. I'm looking at it here. Super fan box is where you can gift it. You can gift the super fan to someone. So I guess they're saying you gotta spend 1,000 coins to also send and gift. When you click it, it'll show where you can send a super fan gift to people. And it's a treasure box. And you can gift it to somebody in a room. So you essentially pay 9.99 plus the 1,000 coins. So it's both things. Is that right? I think that's right. Is that right? No, it's not the combination. No, the 1,000 coins is the super fan. That's what it is because it's 9.99. So that's what it is. It's super fan for 1,000 coins. Okay. Oh, it has no sound. I'm not sure what's going on. Yeah, it's glitchy today, you guys. You guys are probably all seeing some experiences. Okay. So how does that help one that received the gift? How does that help one that received the gift? You mean the live host. So okay, let me start over. Is it true that you have at least 100,000 followers? You can go live on TikTok. You can go live sooner than that with 50 followers. And a blue engagement box, TikTok will give you live access sooner. Okay. I may be misunderstanding Enigma. Yeah, read up on it. Enigma is pretty much you pay to be invisible. That's pretty much what it is. You pay to be invisible. Okay, that makes sense. Thank you so much, friend. Yeah. So Enigma, you paying to be invisible. That's what you pay for. To be anonymous, invisible. We don't know who you are. We are all over the place with these. I know. Let me answer the question, Missy, Miss Coach Miss, and my friend Emma. I think that's how you pronounce it. Let me. Hopefully, I said that correctly. I didn't even know that I have Enigma. Yeah, we all can set that. Which helps more to move up, longer, stay live, or gifting. Okay, let me explain something. Elma. Okay, so. let me say something. This is for both people. Here's what happens. And again, you guys are in a room trying to be live hosts. Viewers, thank you so much, friend, for the Daily Harmony. Viewers send gifts. Gifts go to the live room. TikTok takes their cut out and they give the live host a diamond. Diamonds is what you're collecting from the gifting that happens in your room. Then that diamond turns into, with so many diamonds, you make so much money off those diamonds. Okay. The diamonds are factored into what's called the scale live rewards. That's TikTok's um, me- metric for the most part of saying how much you can earn per live and how much you can earn each week. So there's two different categories. Each and every live you're earning based on two factors: how long you went live and how many new followers. And then each week you're earning another little small pot. Think of it as a pot. The most you can make in that pot is 13%. The most you can make per live is 40%. Okay. Per live, you can make 40%, up to 40%. And this weekly missions, you can make up to 13%. So TikTok markets that as 53% you can earn per live. Now, really quickly, the average person does not make 53% just because you're not going to be able to hit all those metrics as a new person. As a top performing live host, we call those A-leaguers. Those are people, when somebody asked me the question about leagues, I said leagues are a little complicated. I'll talk about it. But A-leaguers, they typically do get that 53% based on their live and how it performs. But me, you, newbies, we're not getting there. We'll get maybe 49 to about 51, maybe 52, not each week, but on average 49 a week. So those factors that you got to pay attention to each and every live. The factors that you got to pay attention to each and every live is how long you go live. So you want to go live at least for monetization purposes, because there's a different factor for just TikTok tracking purposes. But for monetization purposes, you want to go live at least 25 minutes or more. That will earn you the 38%. Then, and that's based on whatever gifting came in the room and stuff. Then you want to get 5 new followers. With those 5 new followers, you can earn an additional 2%. 38 plus 2 gives you the 40. Okay. If your live is not performing well in the beginning, you do not get those 5. You probably don't see 5 followers. And if your live is having some issues and stuff and it's not getting pushed out, you do not see those 5 followers. You just won't get that much traffic. But you can control how long you go live. That is true. When it comes to the weekly missions, you're paying attention to active engagement in your room, which is your fan club, active fan club members. That's why you're trying to grow that. Okay. So you want people to come in your live. You want them to keep coming to your live. You want them to engage in your live because that allows more visibility, more attraction, more activity in your room. All right. So and the fan club costs a penny. It's a coin. Coins are about a penny or so. And that's what people are doing. And as they are engaging, they're sharing their live out and they're claiming points. If you guys go back here and click it again, you'll see where you can claim points for the activity you had in my live. All right. So you're claiming the points so that you can level up in that person's room. And you're doing the list of things that they tell you to do. Now, you don't have to do them all. You don't have to do the super fan. You don't have to do all that stuff. But those are things that TikTok says, hey, as a fan club member, these are things you can do. And maybe you want to become a super fan too. Here's that information too. So that's what's listed there. All right. Then when it comes to other things you want to pay attention to for that 13%, the weekly missions you want to pay attention to. Thank you all for the populars. I appreciate you guys. Thank you all for the engagement. Maggie, appreciate the roses. Everybody engaging. I appreciate the support for the live stream. You guys are awesome. Um, and so when it comes to your weekly missions. Fan club is one factor. Your league, if you move up in a league and you surpass the highest league you've ever been in, then TikTok will give you a little bonus for that. And then when it comes to how many days a week you go live, TikTok looks at that and says, okay, we'll give you a little bonus if you go live over 2 days. Okay. Now, if you want to start getting pushed out, if you want more visibility, you do need to go live more frequently. I tell you daily, to be honest with you. I know that people don't like hearing that, but really, if you want to start seeing some traction, you want to come up with a schedule that you can at least show up at a minimum 4 days a week, okay? So that, again, you're not starting over, okay? And so that gives you visibility, you get pushed out, you hear me, I say go live twice a day, and I do, and I show up, and I'm consistent, and I keep showing up, and I'm supporting, all right? So, just I hope that answered the question. Your viewers are supporting you. They put coins on their account. They send gifts. They get the daily heart me. Those gifts turn into a diamond after TikTok takes their percentage. And so those become diamonds. You're collecting diamonds as a live host. Those diamonds then transition into, after all things have been factored in, like I said, those metrics I talked about, those come in, that equates to how much you earned for that live. Okay. So that's how that works. That's the monetization in a nutshell. All right. And TikTok is very transparent. I can see how I'm performing right now as I speak in this live. There's analytics over here. It's a little house. Let me flip my screen the other way. I hate pointing the opposite way right here. And I can see how I'm performing. So it's very transparent. You know how you're doing in your live. You always should be clicking your performance to see how long you've been live, your time. I've been live for an hour and 18 minutes. You can see how many new followers you've gotten in this live. This live has actually been a lot of traffic to this live. So right now it says I've earned 71 new followers in this live, which is awesome. Thank you all for being here. Let me cheer for that. And so just understanding that's how this works. Okay, where is that? There's a little house. You'll see it, or if you swipe from right to left, you'll be able to swipe the screen and see, you'll pull it over. All right. So just know that's what you're doing. All right. And so you're paying attention to that. You are actively paying attention to that. None of that means anything to you if, first of all, you don't go live. Second of all, you're not intentional about your own engagement where you can teach other people how to engage because they're going to come in your live and you don't want them to engage. All right. Thank you so much, friends. Thank you for the FYP. I missed a lot of questions. You said 1,000 minutes. What's- so is it, so if you got what is that? 11,000 people in your live. So if you get 11,000 people in your live, what you mean? I ain't got 11,000 people in my live. Where's my sound effect? Sound effects messing me up. I can't remove the bar. It ain't pressing TikTok. What does that mean? Be nice. For you page. So it's actually pretty helpful because it helps with comments. So you want people to put that in your chat. It helps with comments. Somebody said back in the day it helps with pushing you out to the for you feed and stuff. I'm not sure if that works, but it is comments. So that's great. Thank you so much for the daily heart means, friends. I appreciate you. Hey there, appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. Evening. Thank you so much, Dee. Appreciate you all. Appreciate the support. Let's see, guys. So let's do this. Couple things. I wanted to just close out. Let's see. You said this man had 11,000 that came through his live. How does that help him? What you mean? It's good. I mean, he that was views. I'm sure it wasn't the people actually here, but he must have had hundreds of people in his room. So TikTok was pushing him out quite a bit, which is great. And so he got a lot of visibility. He probably got people coming in following him, which is awesome. I don't know what his engagement's like. You got to be mindful. I'll say you can have a room full of people in your room and people are just looking at you the whole time and not engaging at all. I have a couple creators that have that problem that people are just sitting there, not touching the screen, not sharing the live. Hey, Kim loves Jamaica. They're not doing anything, not grabbing a daily heart me, not doing nothing. And so this, you just have numbers, and that's not what you want either. You want people to fully engage. And so sometimes you got to pause and teach that and just say, hey guys, we got to make sure we're engaging for the algorithm for TikTok to make sure we continue to get visibility, which is true. Because if you have a room where nobody's supporting, nobody's engaging, that room is not going to stay that way forever. It just won't. You know, you'll see the numbers dip. I have a couple creators that are experiencing that because their rooms. It for by all means, it's good numbers for all of us. But they're used to having 700, 800 people in their room, sitting in their room at the time, and they don't get that anymore. They're getting like 150, maybe 200, and again, it's because that engagement isn't happening. And so you got to be mindful of that. I mean, I know it takes time. It takes, you kind of working through that and figuring out how to get that engagement. There's different tips and strategies TikTok gives, like viewer wishes, some other things. You can pin your live goal. You can have people support. You might come up with some challenges for the room to say, hey, can we get the taps to 200? Can we get 200,000? Can we get the shares to 200? So there's different things you can say and do, but you got to figure out how you're communicating that to your community. Why does my profile have 80 followers, but when I look at my actual page, it says 75? Um, is it rounded? Maybe I'm not sure. You say 80 followers, but when you look at your actual page, it says 75. I'm not sure what you're looking at. Yeah, I can't look at it right now. I'm not sure, friend. Why does TikTok restrict me every time I'm sending people off TikTok saying my bio or my link? You got your you gotta take that email out your page, out of your bio. Take it out. Take the email out. And then also take out, if I don't know what your room looks like. So I don't know if you have a board with the website or email, pricing, TikTok. So remove anything like that too. Trying to get a thousand K to go live to do diamond painting channel. Okay. You don't need 1,000. You probably might have live access now, but you want to make sure you have a blue box. Why can't people drink on live? TikTok doesn't know what's in your cup. And so you got to make sure you're not presenting as inappropriate for your live stream, you know, so they don't know what you're drinking. So sometimes my page will show a lower follower count with next to it. Not sure what that means. Okay. One comedian creator I follow does a dating live. He gets 5 million likes and there was a max of 6 million. Wow, that's cool. Coach Jesse, I know you're gonna come up in a little bit. Give me a few more minutes so I can get a little bit more conversation going. Somebody asked about boards. I'm gonna circle the boards real quick. That's awesome. Coach Jesse, I'm saying that. I'm saying her name because she is gonna come up. She is actually doing um, an event tomorrow. She wants to talk about it, where she's a comedian. She's actually doing a program that TikTok has where they had a call for comedians to come to join this program where you can get coaching, you can get you can get an opportunity to go to TikTok headquarters, all that's part of it. So she is trying her best to make sure she gets enough activity and engagement in her life. She's doing a box battle tomorrow that's based on talent. So if you're somebody who wants experience with understanding box battles for one, maybe participating in one if you have a talent, or if you just want to come and just see it all unfold, and maybe you take this to your live stream and do something similar. This would be a great live to support. So she's doing that tomorrow. He said, "Yes, Miss Follows. Don't leave the room. We're gonna be doing that. Give me 5 minutes, maybe no more than 10." So I'm gonna talk about the boards real quick because that people keep asking, and I know I did not touch it yet. I didn't know that you were about drinking during live. Yeah, be careful. Drink off the screen. Hey, you ain't gotta have no drink on this live. What? Come on now, y'all. Y'all can drink off the screen. But be mindful of that, because if you do, if you get in trouble, you get in trouble. I don't drink on my live. I mean, I'll have some water or some beverages. I'll lean over and call it a day. I ain't that thirsty. So just saying that for anybody who thought about doing it, drinking or smoking, even coffee, even water, drink it off the screen. Now, I'm just gonna say that. Just drink it off the screen. But if you wanna try it, you can. If you get a restriction, you just can't say I didn't tell you, all right? So, I would definitely tell you not to do it, though. It's funny, this is a computer, the algorithm's picking up, and they don't know what's in the glass. So, I can be a guest, but no video access yet. On live. Okay, yeah, so you could be, you will probably have to be a viewer because the way she's doing it, she wants you all to, be on camera, and she's doing a scavenger hunt tonight, so this might be a good way to see what a scavenger hunt looks like. Come in, support. So I'm gonna pull her up, make sure you guys follow her, connect with her. I'm trying my best to support her fully. She's in my agency, but she is trying to do something, and really, when everything's said and done, I told you guys those 4 reasons people come live: for the monetization, for the fame and fortune, to be TikTok famous, to build your community, as well as to master something. And for her, it's mastering comedy, is doing making a go at this. Maybe it's a little bit of TikTok famous, maybe it's a lot of the money, maybe it's building community. All it could be all four, but she's doing something, and TikTok has offered this opportunity. So I'm really excited for her. Coach Jessie, time is 6 p.m. Central. She's Central, I'm Eastern. So that's 7 Eastern for our Eastern folks. Pacific time, I don't know what that is. So, but yeah, so she is 6 p.m. Central tonight, and I think tomorrow. I think she'll tell us otherwise. I have 1,600 followers, but under 10, my room doing my live. Yeah, you gotta work on how you are talking about your live, how you getting people. I don't know where those 164 followers came from. Now, was it a viral video? And that is that based on your content and interests? Was it the grow rooms? I hope it wasn't the grow rooms. I'm assuming it was a viral video or two. So, you just gotta make sure your followers know now that you're going live. You gotta promote it, a viral video. Yeah. And so now they went and that video, is that what your content is about? Was that just some trending topic and he was like, "Oh my gosh, I did this and all of a sudden I got all these followers." Well, those people may not be interested in your topic, just so happen they were interested in that one video. And so that's a little bit of it too. Grow rooms are not, I tell you, you go there for a reason, not a season. Those are not places that you want to just, park. You're going there for a little bit, and those people don't tend to engage. Yeah. You said cat lovers. Is that your content? Okay. Well, you gotta say, call it all cat lovers. You gotta do videos and start promoting that you go live so people know. I've been going live 45 days trying to keep going every day. It's a lot. It is in the beginning. You get used to it. I love it, to be honest with you. She rescued some cats and the video went viral. Gotcha. Okay. So yeah, talk to your followers. You gotta continue to educate them. Hey, I'm going live. Join me live. You guys see that in my content all the time. I talk about my live stream. Oh, hold on one second. Um, what's the best way to run a live? Talking about it in your content, sharing it out, putting in your stories, adding a live event, all those things you want to do. Does having more followers help you be pushed out during the live to get more views? Not necessarily. No. I got a couple live hosts. Moonflower, she was here earlier. She's a knitter. She started her live journey with 120 followers, and she's now over 1,500. And her live is pushed out quite a bit. And she's only been going live. She's been going live about a month and a half, maybe 6 weeks, 6 to 8 weeks. And so she's grown. I mean, relatively speaking, she's grown quite a bit with her live journey. I used to have 200 in my lives for months and then had internet freezing. Oh, connectivity is a problem. You got to get a Wi-Fi extender. It will mess up your live every time. Yes. Yeah. So that's part of my 5 things I tell people. I got a 5 things I tell people. That's this board. I still need to talk about boards, y'all. Y'all got me going down a rabbit hole with other conversations. But so this is my board for that. Elevate your live sound, lighting, and presence. This is a different board. But I use this board as a way to say those 5 things you want to pay attention to. Your lighting is one, your sound and audio is another, and then you want to pay attention to your background, your presence, your background, what's happening in the background. You guys see my little lights and stuff. And then you also want to pay attention to your internet connectivity, your Wi-Fi. I use a Wi-Fi extender. I had to use one in this room because I had Wi-Fi issues too. And so I had to use an extender in this room. And then when it comes to making sure you do the app updates, because that will mess up your live too. If your app is not updated constantly, TikTok sends an update. Go to your app store. They did one today. Go to your app store, Google Play, Apple, whatever it is, and make sure you type in TikTok, click the word TikTok. Don't just click open. Click the word TikTok and make sure the screen for TikTok pops up and make sure there's not an update. And then you click the update there. All right. That's my little trick because sometimes it can be deceiving. So make sure you look at the TikTok page and then for the update. And then do those updates. They're weekly. So check often, maybe find a time. If your room feels a little weird, then like today my room feels weird, but I just did the update. But just recognize there's an update that's probably needed. All right. Boards, you can change them out. You can change them out. You can't create them in the live. You got to create them before the live. So you want to go to your screen before you click the go live button to go live. You want to go there and then write the board message. You can add a board. You can make sure they have the AI board now where you can do kind of some cute little fonts and you can do two lines. Actually, you can do actually a third line too if you wanted to. So there's a couple different ways you can do your boards. They even allow you to do a background image too. So your boards can be really creative. It's just up to you in terms of what you want to do with your board. Like for example, I'll change this one out because this is a board I did the other day. And it's just this one. So you see where it says ask me about my board. That message is there. I got this little background of my vacation trip up here. I did the 2 bubble lines here. So you can change it out. You can do a background image. As you can tell, it's background where it's like a half image. So you can still see my background here. So kind of play around with it to see what makes sense for you. Um, is that in profile to get updates? No, that's the app store, whatever your TikTok app is. You got to get updates for your TikTok app. Um, and so this board is something I created, and then so you can change your board out. You just cannot, and like this another one, same thing. Change the words here, ask me about my board, the words here, this stuff here. So you can change your boards out. You can make these creative boards. They have some AI ones too. So just know you can have multiple boards in there. So I would say add boards. Here's the thing you want to keep in mind. Do not put TikTok or any social media on your board. Don't put the word TikTok. All right. You don't see TikTok at all. Don't put a website. Don't put pricing. And don't put personal identifying information. I've seen people use green screens. I've seen people use boards with that type of information on it. It will suppress your views. TikTok does not like it. I don't care who is doing what in other places on this app. It's not a good, you can't do it. And so it suppresses your views. You won't get pushed out. You may get that restriction that says you're pushing people off the platform, and it all stemmed from your board or your green screen background. How do you access the boards? The boards are before you go live under settings is there. It's also, it could be its own separate icon that says boards or Service Plus. Service Plus is another place to do it. Okay. So, okay. Thanks for the information. I'm supposed to do live tomorrow. Okay, there. That's what I did. That's what you did, friend. You got in trouble. All right, friend. Wait, can you repeat what you said about the boards? Don't put pricing, don't put website, don't put TikTok or any social media, and then essentially, don't put any identifying information, personal information, because you won't get pushed out. They'll suppress your views. So change that out. I know many of you are trying to sell your courses and you're doing all types of other personal things. TikTok does not like that. TikTok doesn't like your as you can tell, I'm gonna pin my my service plus, but on my service plus, you'll see in my bio, I do not have my webpage there. I actually put it on my agency page. I'll pin that in a second. But my agency page is what I use. So Service Plus, I do one-on-one consultations. I do coaching as well. And if you're interested in the agency, you can click here to let me know, just message me or click this symbol here in the corner. This is Service Plus. And so if you click that, that'll tell you the different ways you can engage with me, with getting information from me. But with that being said, they want you to use Service Plus. All right. And so if you are thinking you're just going to come here and sell your courses and get all what TikTok has to offer, TikTok's like, no, 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 you're not. People have been able to get away with it. The violations have ticked up. All right. And so, anybody in my agency, I said it earlier, I'm going to announce it really quickly again. There is a webinar that's happening on the 21st, which is what day of the week? Tuesday. Next Tuesday. I'm going to send it to you guys in the school platform. You're welcome to attend it. I'm probably going to start my live later so I can attend it also. But that's one where they're going to talk about violations that have been on the uptick. So I want you guys to be able to hear that. So I'm going to invite you guys to it and send the information to you all. How do you learn all these violations? I'm an agency owner. Uh-oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know that troll was in here like that. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry, y'all. I got rid of him quickly. That was one I should have reported, but I just wanted to get it out the room. Get it out the room. Sorry about that. I should have blocked him too. I don't think I blocked him. So yeah. Um, so you gotta type the word. It shows mute, so the words get remove, block, and report. So usually I do it opposite, but he startled me. So that was my bad, y'all. Um, I'm an agency owner and a manager, TikTok Creator Network Agency. You said cool. um, that is what I'm getting as requests. Oh, really? You getting those type of requests? Let's see. Let me see. Let me report. And okay, yeah, I just reported him. Yeah, so I just wanted to make sure I reported that person. Um, and they came back in. So that's horrible. There are trolls, there are bad actors. Like I tell you, TikTok streets is like the regular streets. So you meet all types of people. Yeah, that was horrible. Yeah. So when everything's said and done, when you touch someone's words or you touch their photo, you can report, you can mute, and you can block them. And so they do have multiple accounts, and if they want to be immature and inappropriate, then ultimately you just got to make sure that you go through the steps of reporting them, muting the words so that the words go away, and then you can block the person too. And so, this person has multiple accounts. Poor thing, he ain't got nothing better to do. So, poor thing, that's horrible. Um, Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second, you guys. I'm reporting this one too. Okay. So if they come back again, we'll keep doing it. Hey, I got all day. I tell you guys, I don't want you guys to feel a certain way about this. At the end of the day, this is your live. As long as I have the microphone, I run my room. And so people like that, you just kind of get rid of them and they can't continue to be bad actors. So you'll know really quickly um how to handle them. Okay? And they keep doing it and all their accounts get blocked. So it's all good, y'all. So anyway, so let's do this. With everything said and done, when it comes to what was that? The agency, just let me know. You said, how do you report and block? Will you touch the person's word like how you report and block? I could touch your words. Screen pops up. It says mute, block, report. Mute, you remove the words. Block, you remove them. And report, you can report the person and their behavior, what they did. You said, what's an agency? Okay, so an agency is called a creator network agency. I am a creator network owner, agency owner, and manage my creators. So we're a small yet mighty agency. We have over 100, almost 170 creators. It says 169. I think there's one more person who I'm waiting to accept. So we'll be at 170. And so not everybody's going live. So it's a program for live hosts. So we offer training, we offer monetization strategy and support. And so it's your way of growing as a live host. TikTok has 8 million people going live on the app. Of those 8 million, only 300,000 are with an agency. And of those 300,000, those people are getting new campaigns, they're getting special training. You just heard me about the training that's happening next Tuesday. You get invited to those type of experiences when you're in the agency. And so it's up to you to take advantage of it. You said I just joined your agency. Did you really? You did join. I need you to fill out my form, my intake form. So check your inbox because I sent one from the agency page. And so let me put the agency page here. And anybody who wants to join from me saying this, um, you can go to this account. This is where my website is. So if you want to look at my website for any services, that's where it is. It's not on this page. Um, in the post, I need to do more content, but the post on this account is also where you can apply. So you can apply there too. All right. And so, Chris, I think you might have a problem. You might want to be careful. I don't think so. You might want to definitely turn on your content disclosure, but I think showing any kind of weapons and stuff like that might be problematic on the platform because the AI will probably pick that up. So I would definitely turn on the content disclosure. Yeah, friend. What does join an agency do? Agencies provide you more guidance and support. It gives you a little bit more exposure. You get exposure to different opportunities. The one that Coach Jesse's about to talk about, that was because she's in an agency. She found out. Now, granted, I don't know. Coach Jesse, I think because you were in an agency that was sent to you, you were able to see that. That was not something that all people have access to. If I'm not mistaken, they were talking about those different verticals and special programs, and I think that became an agency exposed type program. People who are in an agency got that exposure. Um, Co-host is just when you have somebody in their room and you're in your room and you guys come together to co-host. So that's just a feature. That's the interlocking rings. But so agencies is TikTok's way of giving you more support. They want people to go live. They actually have the majority of the market share for live hosts or live streaming. 65%. Everybody else, whether it's YouTube, FB, IG, whoever else, they are not near TikTok's numbers. So 65% of people go live here. And so they recognize they have the market share, but they want to continue to grow. They want to scale it. And so they have agencies that's kind of their eyes and ears to make sure people are growing, they're staying in compliance. The whole community guidelines and stuff. And so, agencies, we have a platform called Backstage. We're able to look at your live stream real time. We're able to give you feedback. We're able to look at your analytics and support you in terms of how you want to grow and what areas you want to focus on. We also have the ability to submit an inquiry on your behalf if you're in violation or about to be banned. Restrictions is just for that live stream. Violations means that you got suspended and you have to sit out for some days. And so we can submit an inquiry to get your live access back. Um, Okay, friend. It's a free program because the reason why it's free is because Scale Live Rewards, TikTok still pays you that 40%. And then ideally, if you're with an agency, your 40%, you earn more because now you know more. Okay. You know more, you have better insights, you know what to do, what you know some strategies you can take. And so the agency becomes kind of a way for you to grow. Now, if you didn't have an agency, you don't know what you don't know. And maybe your growth is here, but with an agency, ideally, if you're doing some new and unique things, maybe you're doing the campaigns, maybe you're doing some of those match events, maybe you are being strategic about how do you talk about your service plus and your live goal and your gift gallery and stuff, your super fans. So now you're able to grow even further because now you have the information to help fortify that. Now, here's the deal. TikTok takes that other cut, and with the other cut, they pay the agency. Here's the deal, though. You can't join an agency if you're not going live. As a matter of fact, if you're not committed to staying live and continue to grow your live stream and stuff, you won't be able to stay in an agency even if you got in because TikTok is making sure they're focused on quality, not quantity. Okay. So scaling it sounds good, but they want to scale it with people who are actually committed to the process and wanting to grow and learn. And in the beginning, it's growing pains. It really is. You're like, oh my gosh, this is not what I expect. Thank you so much, friend. Appreciate you. Grenea, thank you so much, friend. And so recognizing that you got to want to go live and you want to continue to go live. And so for my agency, I say at least try to go live 4 days a week for an hour. 4 days a week, each time you go live, at least stay on for an hour. The hour is like the bare minimum because the analytics shows your valid go live day has to be 60 minutes or more. So if you're under 60, you didn't go live technically. So, um, Janae, thank you so much, friend. Oh, my sound effect's not working. I wanted to hit it there. Janae, thank you so much. And so just recognizing that you got to go live. So if you are somebody who's nervous, afraid, shy, I would say do those first 3 lives. Hey, Maggie, thank you so much, friend. Do those first 3 lives to get full live access. Come up with a plan to continue to go live. Work through maybe the first week of going live, and then you apply to an agency. So if you've already been going live, that's great. Okay. And so now, if you're ready to get support and training, that's great too. So you can join the agency. My agency, I go live twice a day. I also do weekly meetings with my creators on Sundays. We have a standing meeting where we have a community meeting on Sunday on Zoom. We also, I do one on ones with you, looking at your performance, looking at your analytics. I teach how to look at your analytics. I also will do, I have a school platform, SKOOL, where you can go over there and get resources and information to support your live stream, but also where you can collaborate with other creators and connect with people over there. I also have group chats here on TikTok. So I gotta add my newbies to the group chats, but yeah, that's another way to get support. All right. Okay. Hey, Elizabeth. So yes, I just did my third live. Look at your friend. You're ready. You are getting ready. I am very nervous. That's okay. I tell people all the time, the nerves is understandable. I'm not saying it isn't. But at the end of the day, I feel like, if you can shift the narrative a little bit in terms of what you're thinking about the nerves, at the end of the day, you're not pushed out a lot. So nobody really sees you. Hey friend, thank you so much for that. Nobody really sees you. You're in the comfort of your home. Literally, I'm sitting here with my shoes off, planted my feet planted on the floor. I'm looking at you guys. I tell people all the time, I'm looking at my best friend in the world because I love me more than my kids and my husband. And so this is the best person I love more than anybody in the world. And I'm looking at this face and having this conversation. All right. And so when it comes to the nerves, I say the first 3 lives, don't worry about your topic, learn about the features and just talk. Talk about, hey guys, I'm trying to figure out these sound effects. I'm trying to figure out these other effects. I'm trying to figure out what all these things are. There's question marks here. I'm going to read through some stuff. I might read it out loud to you all. Have you ever gone live? You can talk to the screen, talk to the few people who pop in. You can click their photo and say, "Hey, let me read your bio." That's what you're doing. You're practicing what it looks like to be a live host. Hey, Jerry. And so, welcome to the room, friend. That's right. I get tired of being restricted for no reason. Remove your website from your bio and your email address. Remove it from your bio. That's the problem. That's the reason. You cannot have that in your bio. So yes, remove it, friends. And then I would say remove the link from your page too. My first thought was so bad. Just practice. Keep practicing, friend. That's fine. The hardest part for me is having no one on the live and repeating myself. That should be the easiest part. Because nobody on the live is when you practice. Practice makes progress. That whole perfectionist mindset, throw it out the window. We are not being perfect here. We are being imperfect. We are learning and growing. When you don't have people in the room, okay, that's when you're like, oh my gosh, I can practice what I want to say. Let me figure out my verbiage, and then you can go back and make it content and post it on your page. Okay, or make it, download it and post it all on your YouTube channel and other places. You can actually, what if you had 600 people in this room right now and you went live? What would you do? And the chat is chatting and people are asking a whole bunch of questions and you're trying to control that and you never practice that. You know what I'm saying? So think about the reverse of that. Just never get people inside my lives. You have to work on what type of research are you doing? What are you looking for in your search bar? How are you being intentional about finding the people you want in your life? All right. And then so be intentional in that way. And take out your backup. That the way you have it is not a true mention, is it? I think you just have it in your bio. So take that out, your backup page. I'm glad I found your page. I'm trying to sign up. Look at you. You said I'm trying to sign. Make sure you go live first, friend. I will be overwhelmed for sure. Absolutely. We go live. How does TikTok know if you are promoting a product or teaching, sharing? How does it? How does it know? It's where you're telling them to go to get information. I use my Service Plus. I don't redirect people. Oh, hey, Tampa. Hey, neighbor. I'm in Orlando. Welcome to the room, Kimberly. I let some crazy people join my live. I had no idea what I was doing. Oh, yeah, that's a no-no. You don't let people come up in your boxes unless you know them. I tell people fan club is my indicator if I'm gonna let you up. If you come in my fan club at least if you're level 5 rather, then that means that you can come up. Otherwise, yeah, I don't we gotta still get to know each other. We still courting, okay? So, yeah, other than that, yeah, you gotta be careful because people can get your life shut down if they're inappropriate. What point do you need a moderator? Um, you can use a moderator early on if you are, I tell people my cooks, my knitters, my crocheters, my fitness people, when you're doing this interactive type live, it's hard for you to be in your chat. I say get a moderator sooner than later. Um, but if you are like me, where I'm just sitting here talking to y'all and looking at comments and questions and I'm sharing information, then you need to start building relationships. You're building relationships. And so in the beginning, maybe those first 30 days, maybe you don't have a moderator, but beyond that, um, and if your room is really, really busy, you can get a moderator sooner. That's what I would tell you. Oh, you're in Italy. Welcome. You said I'm in Italian. You're in Italy, maybe. Thank you so much. That makes sense. I only bring up people I know. That's it. Only bring up people you know. That's it. At least in the beginning, you can decide if you do more. Hey, from Dallas. Welcome to the room. Okay, Coach Jesse, are you ready to come up, friend? I apologize. We are 6:15 in. I think this is a whole another 45 minutes of us chatting. She's gonna come up and talk about her event tonight as well as her event tomorrow and Saturday. She has 3 different things she's doing. And so I want you guys to I'm helping her get more visibility, more exposure, because she's looking to hit this milestone. So she wants to get enough engagement in her lives and looking for support. So if you guys want to follow her, I'm gonna pull her up. If you want to connect with her, that's great. And she'll share more about what she's doing tonight. Uh-oh. What is this? What she's doing tonight so that she can get more exposure. So she's doing scavenger hunt, she's doing a box battle, and she's doing a comedy show. All right, friend, are you ready?
Yeah.
Hello.
Hey everybody. So yeah, your girl is busy. Like Doc said, I'm in this program that I got accepted for creative comedy campaign. It's also a campaign, but it is an actual program as well. So I had three qualifiers that I must meet before I can go to the next round, where major doors really become available to me, such as you a 101 comedy coach. You get to go to headquarters. You get to collab with other comedians on the app. You get to be part of the TikTok social club, and also they use you for and potentially even pay you for different ads that they do on their pages, and so it just really opened avenue of access. And for me, it is perfect timing because I'm in my second act of being brand new since I turned 50 in February, and I was doing my bucket list, and stand up comedy was one of them. With no plans for anything to really become of it, but I knew that I wanted to do it forever and ever because I love to make people laugh. I love to laugh. But there were some challenges along the way, and that caused me to kind of suppress that part of my life. So now, when Doc sent me this this message as I was on a beauty break, and I was like, oh, wow, okay. And God said, don't overthink. So, of course, I saw it and I started overthinking. Um, and then I was like, oh, she said, don't overthink. And then I still was overthinking. But I did it. But I did it anyway, even with me overthinking. And what I mean by overthinking is, not that I didn't think I was funny, but just that I didn't think that I would be what they're looking for
Mm.
because my lives were not set up as comedy live. It was now we have a lot of comedic moments, but as a certified life coach and I dealt with trauma and more or less heavier conversations in my room, it was in my room is not set up like with all this dramatic things like how I saw the other creators do. So I didn't think that I would be, what they would even um, think twice about. So I did the application, and then the meeting was on April Fool's Day. I said, "Oh, clearly they ain't gonna pick me. It's April Fool's Day." Okay, but I went to the meeting over anyway. Um, didn't hear back like how they said on the next day, so I immediately started overthinking again. So I said, "Oh yeah, they must have not picked me because they probably saw like, yeah, she doesn't have a comedy law. She's not set up as a comedian, and I didn't have the word comedy in my bio either."
Mm.
So anyway,
But I like that. I like that you have your name motivates. Yeah. I think your name is still a name you could use for not for comedic, but it's like motivating people, and you could do it in a
yeah,
comedic way. I love it. So, anyway, that's just my 2
yeah.
cents.
Yeah, so I didn't really think that I would be chosen, but so then the next day was Good Friday, and I wasn't really on doing much. It was a reflection day, of everything with my faith and kind of like taking it easy. And I did not look into my emails until that Saturday afternoon. And sure enough, there was an email from them on Friday that I didn't see. So I was like, "Oh snap! Hold up, they picked me." So of course I'm like, "Wait, hold up, they picked me." So all of this is like jumping off my mindset. I'm like, "Wait, what am I supposed to do now? What do I do? I don't know what to do. I'm not a comedian." And I clearly did not consider myself a comedian. But I'm like, now I'm here. So I'm messaging Doc like, oh my God, we need to get you out there. They picked me. So I'm like, oh, so now I had already known that we had up until April 30th to get all of the stuff done. And because I didn't think it was going to be me anyway, I didn't do anything about anything. I just continued on my beauty break with the intention of coming back to my active live in
Right.
April. And so we jumped on it really quickly
Wait,
because
let me hold on one second. Why the AI said a life coach shares her journey to become a TikTok comedian. Look at TikTok. Look at TikTok. Won't they do it?
you should have seen what
Won't
it
they
said.
do it?
On Tuesday, it said that I had a chaotic TikTok stream while I am doing putting away groceries and
That
walking
was what you was talking about?
dogs. It said all of that. I was cracking up like, get out of my business.
TikTok, leave it alone.
But AI be wilding because she wilding. But so yeah, I'm not old snap. I gotta get 120 hours live on TikTok. And by April 30th, and I gotta meet a 200K diamonds. For monetization by April 30th, and had to also meet their requirement for a workshop. So these were three mandatory things. The only thing that gave different variation was the diamond count. We all don't have the same diamond count
Gotcha.
because it's based on they said what I did previous month. I'm like, I did not do this. But anyway, so with that being said, that's where we are now. Getting these things done, getting my my hours in. the hours, y'all, because I didn't start as April 1st, I was already starting on the struggle bus because people had already started going live regularly. I didn't. And it wouldn't be the
Yes,
time I
well.
was on a beauty break, you know? And typically I would have had more hours by now, but meeting these qualifiers now, I'm working hard and doing different things, different ideas. Doc and I met, to strategize that I was going to have to definitely come out of my comfort zone,
Mhm.
and press the buttons in areas that I had not quite pressed the buttons, like especially random battles continuously and different strategies and stuff like that, and doing 5 hour lives a day, every
That
day.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
Yes, sir.
She doesn't break it up neither, so she does it in, most of them have been all in one day and one time slot in the
Yes.
evenings. Oh, look at
Okay, so
you,
she
leveled
might do
up.
some in the
Congratulations.
daytime, some in the night, because it all depends what is happening to me and during the daytime. But I do it like usually on the stretch of the 5 hours. And I'm not saying this for everybody because I do have the stamina for this because I was already doing this.
She was.
But the only thing was is that um it wasn't like this mandatory mindset like, oh my god,
Okay.
I need these numbers in order to get to the next level. It would be like, okay, if I did 5 hours today, if I want to do 2 hours tomorrow, I'm good with that. But now I don't really have that wiggle room. So, and plus the 30th of April is down the street,
Right.
literally.
Yeah, we're halfway there. Let me say something real quick. So, really quickly, if you guys are in the room and you want, and if you haven't already, if you want to connect with Coach Jessie, just click her name. There's a plus symbol there. It allows you to click and follow her. You're going to connect with her. She's going to share in a minute to um, her schedule. So, her schedule for tonight, tomorrow, and Saturday. She has 3 different events she's doing. So that'll allow you to connect with her so that you can in turn come to her live. I do share the live out if you guys when I go on her live, I share it out. So if you want to message me, I'll make sure I share it to you individually. But definitely connect with her. We're trying to make sure she gets a little bit more visibility on the next couple of days, making sure she's getting support for these
Yeah,
events that
all
she's doing.
support matters,
Yeah.
by the way. All
Watching,
support
liking,
matters.
sharing, all that type of support matters. It really does, y'all. And so as you
Yes.
guys start training your community to support, those are the type of things you're going to want them to do. You're going to want them to like your live. You're going to want them to share, and you want them to obviously comment. And even when she's doing the match events, those taps and shares gives her points. Just like when you guys followed her, I don't know if you noticed, if you're somebody who haven't done it yet, you'll see her coin count goes up because it gives you 2 points. So she's getting 2 points just from you guys connecting with her in the live just now. So again, that type of support spills over into her live when she's doing her other events and stuff, and you coming in sharing it out with your community gives her more exposure. So that's how it works. I want you guys to kind of understand, like when you're going live, you're going to want your community to support you as well. All right.
Yeah. And I also love the fact that
Hold on one second. She said, "How do you add her?" When you click her name, you see where is there a plus sign at the end of her name for you? Do you see a plus symbol? If you click that plus symbol, that's how it works. Yoli, thank you so much, Yoli.
thank you for the gifts.
Yeah. No, you don't
Um,
see it. Okay, click her name. And then once you click her name, her photo or click the box, her mini profile, does it pop up? It should pop up and you should be able to follow her that way, like you would with anyone else. Let me know if that doesn't work. Let me see what happens. Let me do it on this account. No, click her photo. If it pops up the gift thing, click the photo and then it should do it. Okay, here, let's do this. So if I click here, it pops up the gift gallery. You see her little photo in the corner? Click that photo. Then it shows here where you can follow her mini profile. So that should do it. And you should be able to follow her that way.
yeah.
Okay. Um, I think that worked. Let me know if that worked, friend. Okay. You said let's go. Okay. All right, perfect. Perfect. Yeah,
Yes.
first.
Thank you
Okay.
guys.
Perfect.
I'm excited about it. Look, what I'm learning about this process is, I love the fact that everyone is like becoming part of it. It's like I am now the community baby, and it's taking a village to raise me up. So I belong to everyone. So people come in my room, and they're like, "How many hours did you do today? How many hours do you have left now?" I mean, like it's like I don't know how many times I get that question a day.
You need to
And
put a sticker up. Be like, 5 hours today.
that. Actually, I was thinking about every day saying how many hours you think I got now, or
That would be a
they
great
come in with
sticker.
a number, and I don't know, do nothing with them, but still happen to play. But I just feel like it's so interesting, and there are some people I already know they're coming at the end of the night to ask me this question. And I have some people who actually come and do the time with me. It depends. Like I'm doing the bid,
How
y'all.
many do you have now?
I mean, like,
How many well, look really quickly, she has, like, 52 hours. She's done 52 hours. I looked it up earlier. It's about 10 o'clock. She came up. So 52 hours and, yeah, so 52
and
hours.
count.
Counting. She has to do well, you have to do your 5 today. You haven't gone live yet,
Yeah, I
have
didn't
you?
do my five today. I haven't done the five yet. So I didn't have a chance. I had therapy today. And child, she was like, okay.
It's like, "What you doing?"
But
She said,
anyway,
"What you doing on
I
TikTok?"
had look, I had therapy today, so I was very emotional. There was no going live for me. But yeah, I'll be doing a
Bless your
stretch
heart.
tonight. So the stretch tonight will be I never did scavenger hunt, but I would like to play that with a couple of people. We could test it out together. We could learn this one together. So, but it will be fun. Basically, I'm calling items out and see if you could go get it without falling and tripping
Okay.
and all of that.
Are you gonna do a certain room? Like the kitchen or
I
the
was thinking about doing different segments of it, like because I'm doing a 5 hour stretch. I think I'll
Oh,
get ready to play game, you know, because look, I gotta entertain y'all too, So
right.
I
It's gonna be
want to make
multiple
y'all
rooms.
laugh. So we'll see which room we'll do, but definitely I want to do at least 2 games of that. Um, and run that out. So that will also be something different. And then tomorrow is the box battle. So that one is a showcase your talent box battle. So if you have a singing, dancing, comedian, no pole dancing, no chair dancing, none of that stuff. It has to be something that TikTok will approve. And it's something that I don't mind having in my room. And so, with that being said, I do require for it to be face forward. One, I don't know everybody, and and plus, I do not want no problems with TikTok.
Right, right.
With trying to do what I'm doing. So it's very important that everyone be camera ready, and so if I don't get 8 people for talent, I'm just gonna mix it up with the people that are perhaps that wants to do it, and that can allow at least a couple of times, or maybe about an hour or so for box battle, because it is a process of elimination. So you could be there for a little while, but the good thing about it is you get to connect with other people. You get to have a good time. You get to learn something new. You get to meet some people with talent and some without. No judgment zone, though we do judge, and we don't just listen, we do judge. So you can certainly meet some people. I have some people that's going to actually sing with talent, and then we're going to mix the others up.
Oh, okay.
I mean, if I don't get 8 people with the talent,
Gotcha,
okay.
gotcha.
But
Okay,
right now, I only have 2, so
okay.
we still have 6 more slots.
Any talent folks in the room? Any singers?
Whether you play instruments,
Instruments? Mm.
you know,
Any
and
hidden talents? That's
we don't want to know.
that's
That's good.
PG. That's
Yes,
G-rated.
yes, Lord. So yeah, if you do message me, let me know because the box battle is tomorrow, and I want to make sure I at least know who my 8 people are. Otherwise, I'm just gonna have to, get anyone who would like to join us in being a part of it. But if I'm having people who's doing talent and non, the people with talent, I can still put you in the box and rotate you so that you can still share your talent with us just because it's not, I don't have 8 people with talent. I still want to be able to put you in the box and you introduce your talent to us. And then those who are not doing anything talent, you get to share your community and tell people what you do on the app. Well, why you came here, because we're going to be together. So you do need to make sure that you are ready to share something with the people. Because one thing about box battle is this: you may have invited your community and to gift you and things like that, but other people come in the room, from other people community, or just people that just sees these kind of things that they want to do, be a part, and they will gift you. So you don't know where your blessings are going to come from and who's going to end up sewing into you, and hopefully sew into me. If they don't, sew into me, but accidentally sew into you, just so you know, there are no refunds and there's no give backs. Okay? So that's
Okay.
it. If they accidentally gift me,
Right,
God
right.
bless you. And thank you. And that's the same way across the board. Not just if they gift me accidentally. If they give anybody accidentally, they was trying to snipe for you, but they snipe for the person in box five. Look, you
You
just
know what you probably need to do tonight, like a intro to battling. That would be an interesting conversation to have with people too, if you could at some point, maybe tonight or tomorrow. Because
like
people,
have to
yeah,
like
many
regular
people.
battle.
Well, just sniping the whole. When you said sniping, I was like, people don't know what that is. So,
I was talking about the battle yesterday because Dom came in my room and I've been in her room helping her battle, so she don't really know.
so
But she asked me questions.
Janae, did I say it right? Janae. She
Janae.
asked the question about how many slots do you still need to fill?
So right now I have two. As long as Diamond is still down, because I know she has a couple of things that she has to make sure
Was
of.
it a total of 8?
I need 8 people.
Which layout are you
Right
doing?
now it's 7.5. Is Diamond in here? If she could give me a yes, then that means I will have 6 slots. Because she was gonna check on some things, but she's able to.
Okay, I don't know
Um,
if I seen Diamond. Let me check.
check
But,
what's in here. Boys.
no, she's not in here right now. It doesn't look like
Okay.
it.
I messaged her earlier and I told her everything. So she's gonna try to make sure that she the fat boy and other boy. Hey, hey, stop that. You're being rude. Don't you hear, mommy? It's pretty guy, pretty destiny. I have a zoo over here. My family is that it's we have a reality show. But anyway, and then Saturday, also guys, all this is on my page. The flyers are on my page and in my stories. So you can also go register because the live events are already done. But Saturday I am doing 2 stand-up shows for free. One is going to be at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. The other one's going to be at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, where I'm going to be talking about all things TikTok. So
Okay.
it's more relatable to all of us in the room, because we know the struggles of TikTok has been real. And I've been around here for a little while, so I know a couple of things, and make it a whole bunch of fun. And I think that's pretty much it. Just if you if you're not going to participate in the battles, please come in, support. Let's have a good time. Help me with my 2 last qualifiers. The 120 hours and the 200K diamonds. I need all the help that I can get, and I love that if you guys feel invested in it and asking me about the hours. I'm good with that because it keeps me laughing and it helps me do those hours even during a tough moment that I'm going through right now. But I'm determined to see this to the end no matter what. So just know that your support means everything and it means even more this week to the finish. It's 2 weeks from today, it'll be over.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Let me see what else. Oh yes, and I'm also gonna try out the viewers' wishes.
Okay.
So I might, because I gotta still get about my battles in.
Yeah, yeah.
So I gotta. I'll probably.
Janae said she's gonna attend the scavenger hunt tonight. So that's awesome.
Yay!
Awesome. Scavenger hunt should be fun.
this for
Y
Saturday.
yeah, you're gonna have to do it for Saturday. You can't have it up with any boxes.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that Saturday afternoon because
Uh-huh.
the evening will be the comedy show.
Yeah.
So,
If there's time in your 5 hours between today and tomorrow that you take the boxes off, don't have your panel boxes up, you can pull it up, but you can't do it at the same time.
yeah, 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 and I gotta still make sure I get my randoms in every hour on the hour, so I can still get those things my those points and things like that. So yeah, that's
Thank
it,
you.
guys. I just want y'all to know, we can do this together. I'm representing us, and it is a good energy when you feel like I'm not in this by myself, and
Right.
there's a whole lot of people supporting, and that really is helping me right now get through this week and the days to come.
Absolutely, friend. All right. Well, I'm proud of you. I mean, keep it up. I know it's not easy. There's some long hours you putting in. So
Oh, I
hopefully
know.
it'll pay off. You'll have some good events that's happening leading into this next week. She's
Yeah,
gonna do towards you gotta get back to me about doing an official battle, but she's gonna
yeah,
be doing an official battle before the month is out. And so
yeah,
that hopefully will be a good opportunity to grow and get maybe those last diamonds you need to the finish line. So you gotta have a
yeah.
couple good nights to kind of
Yeah.
really take it to the next level.
Hopefully,
Right.
though, even with the comedy shows, because hopefully people would like. I'm gonna say it like how the building fund. You know, we're gonna we're gonna lean into the building fund, and we're also gonna lean into the when they do the support calls.
Right.
You know, so it'd be nice if whatever you do, it would be great. But the more support, the merrier, because it is a good diamond count.
Yeah.
We're eating away at it, but you know,
Yeah. That's awesome. You got this.
yeah.
All right, friend. All right. Well, thank you so much for coming up. I appreciate you popping in on the live,
Thank you,
um,
boss, for the
and
gift. I
sharing.
appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you.
All right, friend. I'll check you later.
Okie dokie.
Okay. Bye-bye. All right, you all. Thank you so much for supporting Coach Jessie. Um, at the end of the day, what she's doing is definitely a stretch. It is a stretch for her. It's a stretch for, just seeing her go through this whole process. And it all was born from her saying she was going to do this bucket list comedy show experience. She did it in February. And, you never know. People see you, people think of you. And I thought of her. Another agency person came in. She's like, "Hey, did you see that comedy thing? What about that for Coach Jessie?" And I was like, "I'm going to send it to her because I'd seen that too." And so people think of you, and you never know how opportunities will present itself and how life in general will make you pause and think about, okay, wait a minute. Maybe I should be doing this. Maybe this is an opportunity for me. That's happened to a couple creators in the agency. I think of Elle. Overthinkers in the room. Elle, are you in the room? She is a good one too because she is talking to overthinkers in her live stream, and she had started off. Elle, you are in the room. Say hello, friend. What time are you going live tonight? Let us know. Um, you said I am. Hey, friend. All right, put your live schedule and time in the chat for us. Anybody else? You guys put yours in there too. Let me know what topic, time, and time zone we're gonna get off shortly. But she was here live and then really connected with some great people in the live and in these TikTok streets and realized that she had this thing that she wanted to complete. She had a goal that she had put on a back burner and decided to pick it up. And she's doing that too. I'll let her tell a story. You guys can connect with her. No, not till tomorrow at 10 Eastern. So I'm a pin it. She'll be live tomorrow. But she's alive for my people who are nervous, afraid, shy. She kind of helps you unpack that because she was that way as well. Hey Jennifer. I'm so glad I ran into you. Oh, you're welcome, Shelley. And so just recognizing we're all in this journey of life. And since I've been here for over a year now, year and a half, love the energy, appreciate it, friend. Um, I've gotten to the point now. I said I'm doing content creation anyway. I'm talking to you guys all the time anyway. I was like, you know what? I had some insecurities about my voice. Y'all helped me to unpack that a little bit and feel a little bit more confident about my voice. And now I'm going through the process of learning voice acting. And so that's something I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do a podcast. And so just recognizing I'm using my voice. I'm using my voice every day on this live twice a day. He said, I love your voice. Thank you so much. And so I have allergies and stuff like that. So sometimes I feel nasally and congested, but sometimes I don't. but but recognizing this is how our mind will work. It will trick us to thinking that we can't, we're not able, we're not capable, not right now, never, all the things. And then there's things around us that reinforce that message. And what I had to do was like, I'm not going to let those voices stop me from doing what I need to do. Now I got a great partner. My husband is a big supporter, and he's okay with saying, okay, you should be doing this. The other people who are out here doing this is no better than you. Matter of fact, you're better than them. And why not you? And so he's my champion, my biggest cheerleader. And so you got to make sure you're surrounding yourself around the right people, and that's gonna really make a difference. Question, do you know how many points each engagement type is worth? No, what you mean by each engagement type? You're talking about the taps, the shares, the likes? What do you mean by that? When you click here, the question mark, yes. Okay, when you click the question mark, it actually breaks it down for you. So when you click the top viewers, click that, has a question mark in the right corner. It speaks to your likes are 3 points every 10 minutes. Your comments are 3 points every 10 minutes. Your gifting is per a point per coin you spend. So if you send 5 roses, they're each one coin each, you get 5 points. If you send finger hearts, they're 5 points each, 5 coins each. And you send two of those, you get 10 points. So it's a coin for coin. So it just depends on what you're doing. But I think they only calculate point wise your likes and your comments and your gifting. Hello, everyone. I'm new today. Hello, boss season yesterday. Before bravo me. Bravo you, friend. Congratulations. I love that. And Jennifer Springs, let me just brag on her because she does her live, and she is one of those people that is not afraid to. She is not afraid to click that co-host and that random battle button, and she is battling her little heart out. So she's like, "Look here, I'm here for the entertainment factor. Who knows who's gonna come in my room and love on me and support, and I'm just gonna quit. I'm not gonna be afraid to go battle." So she does that as well. I don't require battling in an agency, but I love when I see people just doing it. Like, hey, why not? Hey, what to lose here? And they do it, and so those 5 minutes have added up quite a bit, and she has done well. She's always on the top of our leaderboard, so she's done very well. I really appreciate you and the information you shared. Thank you, following you to keep in touch. Thank you, Maggie, I appreciate that. TikTok Studio has an update. It does. I was saying that tonight, friend, and it's acting kinda glitchy for me, so I'm, my cheers and stuff, I have to go into the wand to click it. It doesn't work on my sound bar. So I'm kind of bummed about that. Thank you so much for the populars and the roses. What's battling? Battling is TikTok's approach for these little mini competitions. And so TikTok will have these mini competitions. When you click the co-host button, you and another live host are connected in your room. You can either do a random invite for somebody random, or you can co-host with somebody that you know. Um, and you're in your room, they're in their room, and their room is supporting by, tapping the screen, sharing, gifting, and whoever gets the most points in that 5 minutes. There's some other cues and stuff that you want to do, but whoever gets the most points wins. Now you both win because you get the points in the gifting from your room, so you don't lose that. But the winner gets bragging rights, but also they may have a streak that they're starting. So if you got multiple wins, it'll show on the screen that you're a winner. Um, and then you also get power ups from your viewers, your top three gifters. Those people who are in your boxes, there's little circles there. They're in your boxes. They will help. They will help They will help you in your next battle because they'll get power ups. Power ups, think of it as ammunition. So they get a little extra to support you in your next battle. And so that's something you can also get for your next battle to help you hopefully win. So that's the gloves, the mist, the hammers, as well as the lightning bolts. Those are the four power ups. That's the words you see. And if you are winning, you will have a backpack where those gifts are sitting there so you can send those for that person's next battle. It's a good way to get your gift filled. Yes, refilled. Yes. So Jennifer, she's spot on. It's a great way to monetize because people, you get random people to come in your room. And so Jennifer, she'll get different people coming in her room, supporting her live stream. Sometimes the other room might jump over and support. So it is a great way to just have some community. I tell people battle. You're obviously doing it for monetization, but you're also doing it for engagement in your room. People are looking for fun ways to kind of break up their room and have a little bit more engagement going on. And then it's also for more exposure. So again, you're meeting new people, you're meeting other people's viewers. And so it gives you another set of people who may follow you and connect with you. So it's that exposure as well. So people do it often. I have quite a few, all my people on the leaderboards who are top of the agency rankings are people who battle and they battle all the time. And they do well. And so TikTok does encourage it. TikTok will actually push more battles along, in your For You feed, or more people into your room and you on the For You feed when you battle. So you see that exposure as well. All right. Let me know if there's any questions. I haven't battled in a minute, and I think TikTok this whole month has been setting me up to do these battles, and I have not been accepting them because the people who they connect me with have not been reaching out either. I reached out to one and they didn't accept. So I was like, "Oh, well, this is not going to be worth it." So at one point in the month, before the month is out, I might even battle. So we'll see. Hey, Charlene, how are you, friend? Thank you so much. Others in the room, let me know if there's any last minute questions. I'm going to get off in a second, a few moments. I want you to claim any points that you have here. People who are going live that are in agency, Trisha T is live right now. She's cooking something that looks really, really good. Um, we have Tina Body. She is live talking with a co-host. Ermi, she is doing her medium work right now. Um, and we have our new member. She's part of the scrapbook